risk assessment, their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense. Use Thrive and protect your business.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808. Or go to journeybuildersinc.com.
Are you ready for a party, oh party? The first ever Cappy $10,000 blackjack tournament, Jack, is happening Friday, June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens. We're going to be broadcasting live that Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 o'clock, you can win cash and play blackjack with Cappy. Let's do it. Sign up right now at ESPNLA.com. ESPNLA.com. Click the picture of Cappy holding cash for you, sucker.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go. Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side? I'm in the far side. You're in the far side.
Go. Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
I do. I hate it.
Let it out, Travis.
I'm going to.
Tell them how you really feel.
I'm going to save it for a little bit later on.
Yes.
How are you? I'm in a good mood today.
You should be. That's good. Well, I mean, no, you should not be. That was bad last night. That was not good. Dodgers. And your fountain situation.
Yeah, well, my fountain situation is aggravating. We'll discuss my fountain.
I thought you meant little fountain. That's a little bit bigger. I'm kind of on their side.
No, don't you dare. Don't you
I'm
dare.
sorry.
No.
That's bigger than what I thought. You said fountain. I'm thinking something you can carry in the back of your truck.
It's not that.
Yes, this is a pool.
We'll
this
talk
is nice.
about it.
Are you getting a fountain put in your home?
No.
There's already one out there.
No, I'm not getting a fountain put in my home.
But it's bigger than a fountain.
There's a fountain near my home that I would like to be repaired sooner than it's been.
It's basically a pool.
Get into it. I'm going to have a Karen moment on the air because I need to get it off my chest.
We can tease this because we'll talk about it later. But peek behind the curtain is it's like 10 minutes to start, 10 seconds to start a show, and Travis is with this large font on his phone trying to scroll through something, and I was like, I don't know if he's going to get it in time. He only has 10 seconds.
You are so bad. I
didn't get it in time, but yes. I'm frustrated, and I know that my friend DeMarco Farr will try to help me through some of these things.
Based on what I know, and now that I've seen it,
This is what it's looked like for 5 years. Just a giant pile of mud and weeds and garbage.
I get you. I see that. I see their point, too. I'm sorry. We'll get into it, though.
No, I'm not going to do it. If you're not going to support me, then I'm not going to do it.
Let's take it to the people and see what they say.
Because even Susan, who is patient and wonderful and kind and all of those lovely qualities about her that I adore, even she's over it.
She's fed up.
She's like, these people can kick rocks.
Sometimes things take time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bigger than what I thought. There might be more people involved. That's not a simple thing.
It's not a one-person job. I understand that. It is a.
That's not me and you and Jorge on a Saturday. You know, this is a big job.
But it's you and me and Jorge and a team of guys for a couple weeks.
So what's happening? What is this about?
I can't.
We'll get into it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. I just love when he gets mad.
Yeah. It bothers me. It bothers me. I hate that. I hate that it's taken this long, and I hate the people involved in it.
Yeah.
Not like really hate, but
what's their first and last names?
Yeah. I don't even know.
New York Mets.
Mr. and Mrs. HOA are their names.
That's who it is.
And Mr. and Mrs. Pay me my money and fix the dent in your garage door, and we're going to collect your money every month for 20 years, and when something breaks, we're just going to let it sit there.
You're not alone, man.
Mr. and Mrs. them.
No one
where
likes
does that
HOAs.
money even go for HOAs?
That's
well,
what
apparently not to fix the fountain.
You're throwing red meat over
So
here.
does it just like fix the roads? Does it fix sidewalks?
Landscaping, things like that. I don't know.
Grills,
Makes
park
sure the
equipment,
pool's
cars.
fine.
Yeah.
Vacations.
to fountain research institutes.
BBL.
Wait, because are HOA positions volunteer paid?
Volunteer, I would
Right,
assume.
so they're not even getting
Do you
money.
know your HOA president?
My neighbor used to be
Oh, okay. Well, you got an inside guy.
that. Yeah. And he tries to explain to me why it's being done correctly, and I just
Okay,
walk away.
that's the guy we should talk to.
Vote on this stuff, like
I
who
guess.
votes to fix this?
HOA, of course.
It's gonna
Yeah,
bother me again.
everybody has to say. That's it.
How was Raw last night?
Raw, good. I keep saying R-Truth, right? I really do. I hate to say this. I hate this version of the WWE. Yeah, they keep firing guys that I like, and we
Who
like.
did they fire?
R-Truth.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. He's great. He's awesome. He's
Okay.
funny. He's one of the best comedic wrestlers out there, and he's a good performer too. So he's one of those guys you could have kept using in one of those ambassador roles. If you've got SummerSlam or WW or WrestleMania coming up, send him out a month earlier and let him do his thing. Everybody loves him. And they chose not to bring him back. So the entire show, there's some good stuff happening. But the entire show, the crowd is screaming, R-Truth, R-Truth. So it's one time when the product is not meeting the public demand. Yeah, it's just one of those weird times in wrestling.
You
it always
helped me
happens.
with your. I want to do. I don't know if we do it every Tuesday. Raw's on Mondays, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe it's every Tuesday because you have helped me understand some terminology that I didn't even know I was missing, and now I'm catching it, and I'm like, oh, I know what that means.
Yeah?
Kayfabe has now become a regular thing that I run into.
Yeah, kayfabe is dead.
I have no idea what that was, and now I hear it all the time. And I'm like, oh, I know what that means.
Yeah, it's the storyline. You know,
Yeah.
he's the bad guy,
It's
you're the good guy.
pretending. You got to pretend to do the thing so we can do the thing.
Kayfabe, yes, that's how they do it. Or staying in character. Yeah, that stuff.
I was listening to a baseball podcast this morning, and they were talking about the kayfabe of a baseball brawl. And,
Right.
And I'm like,
There's a lot of that. Yeah,
and I
yeah.
heard that before. I'm like, I would have gone, I don't know. What the hell does that mean?
And
no idea.
get your stuff in, too.
It's a show.
And
right.
I need to get my stuff in.
Get your stuff in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know I'm going to get pinned, but let me get my stuff in first.
What does the R stand for in R-Truth?
His name is Ron Killings.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
and he's R-Truth.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of different names, but we know him as R-Truth. He's the guy that just makes you laugh. So I'll give you, for instance, The Undertaker. His big persona is the guy never breaks character.
Okay.
Ever. And everyone tries to get him to break character. It's funny. If you can, like, you'll win money.
You mean like him in the store walking around?
No,
somewhere, or
just
you
like
talking
in the ring.
Okay.
So they're cutting promos and they're saying funny stuff, like real personal backstage stuff to see if they can break him,
Okay.
to get him to move. Like the only guy that's ever come close is Ron Killings. Like he'll say something so funny, so off the wall that even the bad guys will start laughing. Yeah, that's how funny he is, and he's a hell of he's a great performer. So. He just got his release. They do this after every WrestleMania, but it seems like they keep
Is it
making
like
the wrong
getting
choices.
released like by a sports team?
Pretty much.
Like you know the Los Angeles Lakers today have announced that they are releasing this guy. Same idea?
You've asked me several times, like, what is WrestleMania? Is it the end or the beginning? And I say yes.
Yeah.
It is. It's the beginning of some storylines that will run a whole year until they get back to WrestleMania, and it's the payoff for some storylines you've been invested in for the past year. So if they have nothing for you to do, you probably get released. So he doesn't have a really big role. There's no angle. They let him go. It just sucks.
Boo.
But they took over all of Raw last night. So, yeah, crazy.
Well, now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know kayfabe and R-Truth and
You know what a work
get your
shoot
stuff
is?
in. No.
Okay, so working is me and you, we're wrestling. You're the good guy, I'm the bad guy. So
Okay.
we're going to work that way. So we have a script or we have a finish, and we're going to follow the finish and then go home and get paid like professionals. If I decide to shoot on you, that means it's real. That means
How often does that happen?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just shoot on you in a promo. Like I'll say something I shouldn't say. John Cena absolutely killed The Rock. The Rock was coming back. This was when The Rock was he was the Hollywood's golden boy. So he was everywhere. So he came back to wrestling trying to do promos with John Cena, a guy who's been doing this every night. So The Rock had written out his script on his arm where we couldn't see it, but he could. So he could refer to it like notes. And John Cena called him out.
Oh.
I'm so good I don't have to write notes on my arm. And you could see The Rock go from work to shoot. Like, boy, I will knock you out here. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with my money.
But do they
It
still?
sounds like lit every week.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind
It
of.
is. Yeah.
But then you still have to go out there and I know what moves you're going to do, right? Or else
You
you'd
still have
actually break my neck.
You still have to be professional and
It's
do what
like
you got to
when
do.
Clinton brought up the lawnmower yesterday.
See, that's not cool.
But that's that's the thing you're just talking about.
That's not cool. See,
And now Emily just did it again.
I know.
I was going to say he just made
you guys
that
take
sa-
pleasure out of that? You know, me losing my lawnmower.
That face that you just made is the same face that you made yesterday with Yates, which was, I understand that that's funny, but that's not funny.
It's funny,
Yeah,
but it's not
exactly.
funny.
Yeah.
The day I bought that thing, I was so happy and so proud.
How big was your grass?
It was
Bigger?
It was 2 acres.
Oh, that's a lot of grass.
Everything going west in Missouri, like I said, there was nothing there. So you could buy a house and have 2 acres for almost nothing.
And you just wanted to go out there, sit on your mower, drink a beer, and cut your grass?
Well, Long Island iced tea.
Well,
yeah,
okay,
and cut
same
the grass, and that was my happy place, and that's where I would go. That was the pre-walk.
Oh.
That was how I cleared my head. I go out and mow the lawn. Absolutely.
So did you wear
With
the
big
headphones?
fat headphones? Yes, you know what I'm saying? Right. Goggles around my neck.
I do not have to use a ton of imagination
Yes.
to visualize you on that lawnmower.
I was so happy.
So you talk about Raw a lot. What about SmackDown? You don't nothing? No SmackDown.
It's like Nike, Reebok. I'm kind of a Nike guy, kind of a Raw guy. The best show is Raw. I mean, if you want to, get into SmackDown or Raw, you're good. You're a superstar, but you want to make it to Raw. Yeah,
that's the main stage.
That's the joint. It's
It's
Monday.
like Monday Night Football, right?
Yeah, it's Monday.
That's Friday night at the club, not Wednesday
Absolutely.
afternoon. Yeah.
Either way, you're still in the big time.
Because you know what that
yes.
feels like, Travis.
Well, I'm just saying there's a different level of performer that shows up on Friday and Saturday night as opposed to Tuesday morning.
Yeah, the lunch special versus
Yes.
the dinner special.
There you go.
There's main eventers and there's mid-carders.
Yes.
Most of the main event
Main
guys are going to be on Monday.
So I guess the fountain is a mid-carder, right, Travis?
See, you know,
Here's
That's what I'm
things
saying,
we
they love
can
it,
mention
right?
today. Fountains. We got lawnmowers. What's Jorge's thing today?
Wow.
just fix it. It's been 5 years. I don't need you to explain the backstory of the invention of plumbing and just fix the damn thing.
Maybe it's more than you realize, though.
I don't care. You've taken the money. Fix it.
Are you on a fault line? Do you know? Are there hills involved?
Did
Is your
fault
land
line
moving?
show up in the last 20 years?
Yeah.
Did,
Maybe the pipes need to be redone. Who knows?
We'll do it here
It's
in a few
it's
minutes.
more than a fountain, though.
I'd rather talk about Tanner Scott not being able to miss a bat.
How? You know, what is your option with him? Because he's the opposite of Ohtani. He's the opposite of Pujols. Or he's the same, just in the other way. When you expect them to do something, they do it. I expect him to blow it. Right, that's
You're
what I'm
right.
saying. Yes. When he goes in, this is going to turn south for the Dodgers. Watch.
You know what so the idea of pitching is to get guys to swing and miss or or hit the ball softly so you can collect easy outs. That's not happening.
Yeah.
He's caving in the sweet spot of bat after bat after bat. He's just really struggling to miss bats right now. What if you just kind of said, blanket, I'm going to try to just split the plate in half and see where the ball goes.
For him?
Because he's
Yeah.
trying to hit inside corner, outside corner. He's trying to back foot you here or do this thing, And instead of just saying, I'm blanket, that's not working. I'm going to do it's like George Costanza in Seinfeld. I'm going to do the opposite of what it is that I'm supposed to do.
Against what I'm thinking. Maybe what I'm thinking is the problem. I don't know. It seems like his velo is down.
No.
Some?
No,
not at all.
The stuff is not the problem. It's the location.
Where can you pitch him then?
This is what we should talk about next.
Okay,
this
where
is
can
what
you
we should
find
get
a spot
into
for
next.
him? Because you don't have an option. You have to run him out there.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. And because you're in first place,
Yep.
and then you're not in first place by a million games, but because you are,
Little
because
house
you
money.
have,
Yeah.
you have a little house money, you have some options to try to figure some things out, but you also need to get some data for if it doesn't work out, if you can use them at all. Because at some point you're going to have games where you cannot afford to say, hey, let's see if he has it tonight. You just can't.
I'm sure
I
you
can't
can
do it
use him,
anymore.
just maybe not in those high leverage situations when the game is on the line.
We'll talk about that coming up a little bit. And by the way, Ohtani hit one to a place that I've watched the video four
So
times. I was watching it when it happened. Still didn't see it come down.
And this is the dude that got fooled twice. Like he looks silly, and then pow.
One other hitter I've ever seen do this, where he looks just lost.
Yeah,
on it, like just oh my God, that's the worst swing I've ever seen in my life.
Like
and
he set you up.
I'm not so sure that's not what's
like
happening.
He set you up.
One other guy I saw do this in his career, Manny Ramirez.
Really?
Where Manny would take a couple of swings. You're like, dude, I've never seen Manny miss a ball, and then there it goes. That's over the
is
fence.
that worth it in baseball? Like, I'll give up 2 strikeouts just to let this guy think, or let them think that they have me, and then kabow.
I don't think it's like I'm going to give up a strikeout, but I might give you a pitch.
Give you something.
I may give you a pitch here and there. Like, I'm going to swing over the top of that slider a couple of times to let you think I'm not seeing it right. I'm seeing it right.
Or that dude just adjusts. In
But
a
again,
blink.
it's too hard.
Damn.
Only of Manny Ramirez, one of the greats, Ohtani,
and
one
him.
of the greats. We'll do all of that coming up in a bit. Let me remind you can join Mason and Ireland and Sedano and Cap coming up a week from tomorrow, June 11th, for a live podcast and LA versus San Diego watch party starting at 12 o'clock at Islands in West Covina. We'll be talking baseball, repping LA pride, and soaking up the SoCal vibes. All from the Islands at 139 Barranca Avenue. That's in West Covina. LA takes on South-South, and we'll be enjoying great food and cold drinks all afternoon long. That's Wednesday, the 11th, June 11th, at Islands Restaurant, fine burgers and drinks. What do you do with Tanner Scott? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Ready for a delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work,
guys,
make all the phone calls.
Double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving! They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The peace lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
And then Beto said, how much nicer it is now than the old days, culture-wise.
Yeah.
I agree with him.
And gave me a lot of credit, and Greg and stuff.
I agree with
talked
him.
about how in the old days you weren't a great locker room guy.
Let me see.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, really.
Not
since I've been here.
Yeah.
I don't even think we were in this building when
no,
that
he was talking about the La Cienega days.
Yeah,
When
it was
Mace-
La Cienega. That
when
was
Mace
a dark
real
place.
tough. Yeah,
That was a really.
You'd wear sunglasses.
It was
in.
dark rooms. Joe McDonough was there. It was
Joe liked to work with all the lights
in the
on.
dark, and it was very.
And and that's why Beto didn't want to come back specifically because of having to work with you again.
Oh, really? Well, now he's back and he's happy.
And he says
I've evolved.
That you're a better locker room guy.
I am. I am the ultimate locker room guy.
And I think we should talk about it at Supercross.
Ultimate locker room
3:00
guy.
today.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Clinton, are you ride or die?
Depends on who depends on who we're riding with.
I'm riding with the HOA against Travis. And
I'm always against the HOA. I'll tell you that
with
much.
the worst people.
Always against the HOA. I mean, like, what?
Sometimes they're
what are we?
right.
What are we doing? Always
I just
against
wanna
the
make him
HOA.
mad again.
The HOA is the worst thing in the world. I got full-blown TikTok feeds that are just people blowing up at HOA members that are justified that I'm with.
He
100%.
said fountain. This thing is a pool that's like the size of this building.
No, it's a fountain. and it's been broken for 5 years.
It's
and
a
they
long
hung a
time.
banner to congratulate themselves on finally fixing it. They literally hung a banner. Hey, we're fixing your fountain. We've been collecting your money for 5 years. We've been taking it every single month. And if you don't pay it, you get loaned. You get a dent in your damn door. They're going to knock on it and say, fix the damn dent. But we're going to leave this giant empty fountain here for 5 years, and when we finally get around to fixing it, taking all your money, we're going to hang a banner congratulating ourselves on such a fact. Can you imagine the balls it would take to congratulate yourself for doing something that you have been paid to do, and it took you 5 years to do it?
Listen, the Lakers hung an in-season tournament banner.
You dang right they did. You dang right they did.
They didn't take 5 years to hang the damn banner or do it. 5 years to fill up a hole with water.
It's a little bit bigger
Can
than
you
a
imagine
hole.
being the guy at the banner store?
Oh, my
and
God.
you're like-
Can you? Okay, so
Yes.
this is the thing that really got me going last night because I was talking with some of my neighbors.
Sure, okay.
And somebody in one of those godforsaken meetings said, "You know what we should do? We should get a banner." And
by the way,
someone else said,
come you're not
"Great idea.
how come you're not
Let's
on the
go
board?"
buy a banner." So I don't know what the banner cost. I don't care if it was $100. What the hell are we doing?
We were really
How come you're
close
not
to
on
an
the board
F-bomb.
then? You should be on the board. Make sure this stuff doesn't
No,
happen.
That sounds like a
no,
little-
that's
Come on,
joining
make
the
sure it
empire.
doesn't
I'd
happen.
rather just complain
Come
about it.
on.
That's joining the empire. You can't do that.
You know what's premiering this weekend? The LA Transit Hub for LA Metro. And LA Metro all over social media is like, come, free transportation this weekend. You guys have been doing this for 20 years to set up a hub for one of the biggest airports in the United States.
Just fix it. Like if I drove past it one day and go, "Oh, it's fixed," I'd be like, "Finally."
Sure, right.
But now you've enraged me by hanging a banner saying,
somebody's listening to this.
"Look at what we did. We did exactly what you paid us to do. Only it took us 5 years to
You're
do
going
it."
to be
If
happy
that
when
banner
thing is
doesn't
done.
show up on your front porch
Yes.
at some point this week,
eyesore.
your
Remember
HOA is not
eyesore?
doing it correctly.
You hate it. You
It
hate
is
it.
a huge banner too. It's
What does
not,
it actually say? What are the words?
Congratulations.
Summer
us.
construction beginning summer 2025.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it
Yeah,
says.
you should be happy.
Do they have balloons for potholes they fix?
They're gonna. Why not?
Everything you
Throw
want's about
a
to go
party
down.
that you cut the hedge. Hey, we cut the grass today. Let's throw up a banner.
You said 5 years. This is a
HOAs are the
big
worst,
deal.
though, dude. HOAs are the
Thank
absolute
you.
worst. I can't. I don't know how you do it.
I could not believe it when I saw it. I like triple taked on it.
Take a picture of it.
because we
Yeah.
have this
Yeah,
little.
we need the
Take
picture.
a picture of it.
I will take the picture
Who
this
got
afternoon.
the first call? Susan, did you hit her up?
She tipped me off to it.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even. So, where this banner is hanging is typically they will hang a different banner about this time of year that is promoting a 4th of July carnival that they have in the park locally.
Okay, got it.
There is a carnival in the park. They get a food truck. They have a Ferris wheel. It's nice.
Right.
It's a nice little thing for the kids in the community to come out and do. It's very nice.
Yeah.
They put it in the exact same spot It's roughly the same size. So I walked by it a few days. I didn't ever clock what it actually
You weren't even thinking
said.
about it. Yeah.
And Susan said to me, "Did you see the banner that they hung?" I'm like, "I guess." She
Oh.
goes, "What do you what are you talking about?" And she's like, "It's about the fountain." I'm like, "What? What do you mean it's about the fountain?"
I can so see this
I
conversation.
literally walked down the
You were like,
the
"Hold on."
street.
Oh
I'm like,
my
"No, I think
God.
you misread it. There's
Yeah.
no way." Yes.
Big banner energy.
Big
in your
banner
neighborhood.
Big banner energy.
This is
Love
fantastic.
it.
Do they have all sorts of other weird rules that you have to like maintain your hedges to a certain height, or you can't your door
We have
can't be a certain color or whatever?
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Because that's what they
That's
do.
what HOAs do.
We have a basketball hoop that was on wheels.
Okay.
Okay, that you could wheel out to the street to play basketball. We left it out one night. You know, you're supposed to put it away at the end of every night. Okay? One night. Hoop can't be in the street.
How do you get
One
these
night.
messages? Is it a human at your door? Is
You
it
get
an
something.
email?
You get something in the mail.
Oh, in the mail? Like a human delivered
snail mail.
paper? Oh,
Snail mail.
Yeah.
that would
Yes.
enrage me.
Snail
Yes.
mail.
I would be
Yeah.
burning those on my front lawn in protest on a regular basis if I lived
During
in an HOA.
COVID, when we were all in the house, my son Michael, who you
Yeah.
know, Clinton, you and I have talked about, he was in the middle of his high school baseball season, or the beginning of his high school baseball season, and he set up a tee and a net in the garage. Okay,
Sure.
Well, the first time he did it, he put the net a little too close to the garage door. So when the net didn't have enough time to slow
hit
the ball down, it hit the door, and it made a baseball-sized dent in the door from the inside out. So
Which
the
is
paint
small.
kind of went bunk.
Yeah.
Right. It didn't. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, a dent in a garage door. That's what they're there
Letter. In a previous house that I owned in this very same neighborhood, we had these tiles.
Papers.
We had tiles in our driveway, right? It was just a concrete driveway, but there was some tiles here and there. One of them cracked. Letter.
What?
But you can have an orange construction fence with 8-foot-high weeds out front for 5 years and do nothing about it.
Yes.
But when you do, and by the way, it's not fixed.
Right.
It's still
going
there.
to be fixed.
It is
Right.
yet to
On
be
to-
fixed.
yes.
Now,
to the announcement.
They got the banner
Yes.
ordered, and they hung it.
We got to find the banner guy.
You
we
do
gotta
like your
find
property value,
HOA's
right? You do
banner.
like your property value.
I
your HOA is helping you maintain that. They're helping you maintain your property value. Come on,
Live
all that stuff you hate, they're doing
This
it for a
devil
reason.
doesn't need an advocate.
I was
Marco.
going to say, yeah. Live
I'm
broadcast
just trying
at
to
the
keep
HOA
it
meeting.
going. He's got the colored shirt on. He's going nuts. I love it. Yes.
That is
It
funny.
was.
That's insane.
That's
And
awesome.
that feels personal on
It
some
does.
level.
It does.
Yeah, somebody's like,
but
"Ooh,
he said fountain. This thing is bigger than a fountain.
How big is it?
It's
It's a
the
fountain.
size of this building.
No, it's not.
It's out in front.
Hold on. No, well, let's be real.
Yes.
I mean, are we talking Versailles level fountains? Because those are some pretty complicated fountains.
I will show you a picture
It's
of it.
Please
Is it
do.
Friends
It's
for the
bigger
opening
than what
credits?
you think.
Yeah.
This is more of a pool with
married
a thing in the
married
middle
with
of
children opening credits.
Yes.
Grant Parker, whatever that's called. Don't get on me.
Not that big.
Not that big. Okay.
No, more like the Friends, like a couch
Yes.
size.
No,
So,
it's
like,
bigger.
Atlantis
it's
at
between
Bahamas.
those two things.
And
Atlantis in the Bahamas.
why he's doing that? Why don't you want to talk about Tanner Scott? You just
Because I don't
frustrated?
like talking about bad pitchers who are having trouble.
Oh.
That's why. It gets on my nerves. And honestly, the Dodgers pitching situation makes me anxious because I'm sitting here thinking all
Really?
year about how this is going to be held together with crutches and medical tape to get to the playoffs.
You don't think
that's
this,
why?
I
It
thought
makes
this
me
might have
anxious. Hold
been
on, I
a
gotta look at this.
plan that the Dodgers were doing, trying to get to. See,
That's a big fountain.
that's what I'm saying. See, thank you. That's
I'm
bigger
not
than you
arguing
thought,
that it's
right?
A small fountain. Should that take? Look, it's a foot deep.
See, that's
Okay, it's a
bigger than
foot
you
deep.
thought, right?
Should it take 5 years to repair that?
You need a few meetings on that thing. That's
No.
not just go to Home Depot and replace.
Oh,
Right.
DeMarco, I grant several 5 years, and by the way, not fixed.
Okay,
Right.
hold
Not
on.
fixed.
People may disagree.
That fountain is large enough for me to believe that part of the holdup might have been, do we want it to ever work again, or should we tear it down?
Fine, tear it down,
HOA.
fill it with grass, put flowers in it, get rid of it. It doesn't take 5 years to make a
Does
call.
that dent
Standing
my
water for
property
5
value?
years is pretty gross, too.
Yes.
Like,
it hasn't had.
It's been
empty.
drained.
But the bottom is cracked or whatever. So we look. Nature will win, right?
Yes,
nature will
always. It will
always
find
win.
a way.
So it will. It starts to grow grass. It starts to grow weeds.
Oh, that's
You see it every
that's
day?
an eyesore.
every day.
Can't avoid it.
No,
It's a part of your day. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when the fountain flows, does it flow like Does it have the big chutes, or is it just the
3
small
feet,
shoots?
3 feet high.
Okay.
All right. I like
No,
fountains.
it's not.
Me too. I love
Fountains are actually
right.
lovely.
But
It's
that's
like the
bigger than
Bellagio.
you thought,
Yeah,
right?
that's not bigger than I thought, but I didn't know.
You've
So-
actually never
I passed by there, right?
You've seen the construction site
Correct.
that used to be a fountain that the banner hangs on now.
What do you think?
I hope after they fix it, it's like the Bellagio now. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
have
yeah.
a show.
That's
live.
not, when you say big fountain, I'm thinking all sorts of. I'm thinking things are shooting across.
Especially in
Right.
Travis's
This is a big
neighborhood.
deal.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
nice neighborhood.
Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
That
to bring
fountain is
up.
pretty big, though. Like
That
you've
is
got
big.
that's a big fountain. I would say
5. You know, if you told me it was going to take 5 years to do the Bellagio fountain, I'd be like, that's ridiculous. It can't take 5. It could
Right.
take 5 months. It could take a year.
They have to decide.
It-
There's a lot of opinions in there.
No, there isn't.
And
That's what there's.
yeah. And property value.
Then
Come
say,
on.
stop
hey,
saying property.
I'm just
value.
saying.
Until
This is
we
what they do.
figure out what we're going to do, stop sending your
You
fees.
put something ugly
Sure.
up front,
You
and my
can't
house
collect the
drops.
money
I'm mad.
and then congratulate
That's
yourselves.
the real issue.
Yeah, you
Right.
put something stupid up front, and the value of my house drops. I'm going to be mad.
Honestly, the seed of my rage is the banner.
Yeah. Clearly.
Like
Take the money,
Yes.
do whatever you want. Don't congratulate yourself.
I've lived in this neighborhood more or less for 20 years.
That's on.
From
yeah.
where these HOAs started to where they are now, they have gone up significantly.
Sure.
Yes.
And I don't care if you cut the grass or water the flowers or trim the trees. That's fine. That's fine. But you can't have a hole in the ground for 5
No,
years
this
and
is true.
continue to raise the fees.
Yeah,
And then when you finally
Unless it
not
takes 5
fix
years.
it, but decide to announce that you're going to begin fixing it, to hang a banner?
I'm guessing that there is probably a backstory within the HOA board
Bingo!
of fight that is better than your. I'll bet you there are 2 guys
Yes.
or 2 old ladies that have been beefing about this
Big
fountain,
time.
and somebody wanted to jam it
Then
to somebody else.
there's
on the
resistance.
board.
Get in the ring and strap on
Yeah.
some gloves
In the
we'll-
fountain.
That's not what
and
they
we'll
do.
either
In the
fill-
fountain.
We'll either fill it in or
Yes.
we'll fix the fountain.
They are in the ring. Each round is a year.
This is
How
great.
long is the banner going to be up there?
Not when he tears it down.
Till today.
I want it. I want to hang it on my garage now.
That would be incredible.
Oh my god!
Congratulations to all of you for getting the banner.
King of the Hill
Yes.
No,
episode,
you
which
need
is
to
coming
get your
back, by the way.
own banner and put it on your own house and say congratulations
Wow.
HOA for doing your
That
job.
would be funny. That would actually be hilarious. I would contribute to that cause, 100%. So it's like a King of the Hill episode. And King of the Hill's coming back, by the way. Great show.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's coming back. They put out a preview trailer, and it's been analyzed by every single a lot going on.
King of the Hill is
Best sitcom ever. It just happens to be animated.
It's
That's my
really
stance.
funny.
Yeah.
I like it too. I liked it a lot more having lived in Texas for a couple of
Oh,
years.
really?
Okay.
It goes to a whole nother level.
I can see that.
Yeah,
if you have actually spent time in
I can see that.
quasi-suburban Texas.
I could see that. I almost moved to Texas once.
Did you really?
Thank God I did.
Yeah.
Ended up moving here. Yeah.
Better
Houston was
decision.
going to
The
be.
far side is from Texas, Beaumont, Texas.
Oh.
Yeah, a bunch of fars down there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Texas is home
Cutting
too.
lawns?
Not far from
No.
Houston.
Definitely not cutting laws. Not with my mower. Damn it.
I'm with
See?
See, unlike you, I'm going to take your side
Thank
in
you.
your mower dispute. I would just like to have the support
I
reciprocated.
got you. I'm just saying, that might be a 5-year plan. You
Probably
never know.
not a
You just
chance.
don't like the banner. Yeah, maybe we
No,
could have done without the banner.
I had given up that it was ever going to be fixed.
Sure.
Okay.
That's probably why you're most mad.
I
too.
had just decided that this is the way it's going to
Lost
be.
cause.
I don't care. It's one of those things. And then they bannered themselves.
I'm getting out of here.
George Bush on the aircraft carrier looks less ridiculous than this thing. Mission accomplished. It's like, what are you talking
It's
about?
officially time for me to exit.
Yeah, like the mission hasn't
Come
even
on.
started.
Yes.
The fountain
Never
is still
mind been
empty.
accomplished.
Come on.
Jared Verst is going to get more sacks, and I'm going to get my fountain. That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710.
Tell you
ESPN.
what.
After a historic night at BMO Stadium, the Black and Gold are heading to the global stage.
It's over! LAFC have won! They're going to the Club World Cup!
Congratulations to LAFC for punching their ticket to the FIFA Club World Cup.
Say hello to Group D, baby! And say goodbye to Club America!
And you heard it all here on the home of the Black and Gold, 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Oh, the celebration at BMO!
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The
Hey
law
guys,
offices of Joseph S.
Double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at espnla.com.
or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Purple Wave Auction remains the trusted leader in online equipment auctions. What makes the difference is you. You are part of our growing global community that continues to trust Purple Wave with the equipment that builds and feeds America. This trust placed in us by our community, from construction to ag producers and fleet drivers, brings great equipment opportunities to their next owners. Join the Purple Wave community today. purplewave.com.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
We're coming to you live from Travis's neighborhood in Laguna Niguel as they do construction on a large, very, very large water fountain that definitely took 5 years to plan. So back to the guys.
What is that?
You could fill it up with a hose in a day. Right? You can fill it. It's
may be a little bit more than you know.
Deep.
It may be a little more than you know. Get involved in your board. You'd know.
Never.
Come on. Give him 10 minutes.
Unless I can go do that once a week and yell at everybody,
yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. What's up with Jared Verse, Em?
So Jared Verse is on Adam Schefter's podcast, and Adam Schefter was asking him about his past season. He was Defensive Rookie of the Year, and Jared said that he feels like Jared left 10 sacks on the field. And that's something to say when you had 4.5 sacks in the season, 75 pressures, an incredible season. So this is both Jared and Adam talking about what they expect from him this coming year.
So what are we thinking sophomore year sack-wise?
Oh, all I know is it's going to be up. That's all I know, because I'm not giving them up like I was last year. I've learned to take that little extra step, keep my feet underneath me. Now I'm taking everything I got this year.
What will be the difference in correcting some of those mistakes, Jared?
It's being more intentional in it. Like my first year, I was kind of like just just kind of going out there wild and doing my little thing. Now I realize how important every step is. Everything has to be intentional. You do everything for a reason. Like in the middle of the night, you're not just going to wake up, walk to your kitchen for no reason and go to bed. Like you're going to wake up, go grab a glass of water. Like you got to be intentional with everything you do.
That sounds like McVay, doesn't it?
He said it 3 times.
Yeah.
You have to be intentional. That is a very McVay phrase.
I sometimes say it. It's true. You got to be intentional about the things you do. But he is I'm looking at the early part of that season last year and all the mobile quarterbacks. We were talking about that. We even had a new phrase for that. When quarterbacks break contain, we said, don't let these quarterbacks jump out the window.
Yeah.
Because that's what it looks like. You had heat from day one. Everything we said about Verse and Fisk, they were doing early. They just couldn't get the sacks. So I'm looking at all these. You get quarterback hit, tackle for loss, no sack. 2 quarterback hits versus Chicago, a tackle for loss, no sacks. Then you go to Green Bay, same thing. All these mobile quarterbacks in a row. So you're winning. You're beating guys up front. You're doing what they pay you to do. You just can't get that little sprite on the ground. That's the stuff that drives you nuts. So it's kind of, you've heard this before. It's that movie Colors. Is the first time I heard this story about the 2 bulls sitting on the
Let's walk down.
And so he was the young bull. He's running in there.
Yeah.
You beat your guy, and you're so excited. These quarterbacks can hear you and see you come and give you a little look. Kyler Murray's out the back door.
Right.
So now he knows what these guys can do. Now he knows how valuable these moments are. Don't let them get out. Don't waste good pass rush moves.
Technique or approach.
That's you. That's you. The technique and everything that's helping you get off the football, reading what you see, beating the guy in front, that's all practice stuff. Once you get beyond that guy, once you win, now it's you.
Yeah.
Calm down, make sure you get your money, don't miss.
So if he had 4.5, was it him? He had 4.5 last season. He thinks he could up that by 10, 14.5, which doesn't seem, I mean, that's a lot, but that's not super far-fetched.
Think about it this. He won Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year with 4.5 sacks as an edge guy.
Yeah.
That's like 10, 12, 15. You got to set the world on fire. Right. He got it with 4.5. That means he's always there. He just can't finish the play.
This is going to feel gratuitous at Anthony Davis, and I don't mean it like that, but it's just the first name that popped into my head. There were a lot of Laker games. Anthony Davis is a great player, period, sentence. Yeah. He is. But there were many, many times you'd watch a Laker game and you would lose Anthony Davis. Like you forget, oh, God, he's out there. I didn't even notice him for the last 5 or 6 minutes of gameplay. Just didn't notice him. That's never the case with Jared Verse.
Oh, no, he's always there.
He was highly visible from the moment the game starts on every defensive series that Jared Verse was involved in all of it all
He's
the time.
legit. And I said this, and I meant it, and I said it in jest, but I kind of meant it. What do I keep saying about him to you? Enjoy him while you can.
Yeah.
Because he's going to keep getting better. At some point, you won't be able to afford him. The one thing that I wish could have happened is if Aaron would have come back for one more year to team with him. Just 1 year. And just teach him that stuff and have him understand that a little bit faster. That 4.5 might have been 14.
Yeah.
Had you had that leader right there next to you. Hey, man, you need to slow down once you win.
Putting the cart way ahead of the horse here. But you've also you said that about Verse a lot. Enjoy him while you can, because when it comes time for him to get paid,
he's going to be expensive.
He's going to be very expensive.
And you've already paid one dude like a quarterback. I don't think you'd be willing to do it twice.
You've also said you do pay special. Could he be special?
Yes, very special. But, I mean, having AD, paying a guy that much money that plays that position is very prohibitive. The only thing is, he is the greatest thing we've ever seen. But it does make it makes everything hard.
Yeah.
So you may want to think twice about tying up that much money to that position.
And look, who knows how the Matthew Stafford book comes to an end. Hopefully,
that's something different. By then, you may be on a quarterback with a rookie contract.
Yeah, and
then
that's
you
what
might
I'm
want to pay
saying.
him.
Then the script kind of flips, because the script kind of flipped last season.
Yeah.
It went from Matthew Stafford, let me rephrase. Sean McVay, Jared Goff score a lot of points, but to Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford score a lot of points, intricate offense, make every throw, we'll be able to beat you on that side of the ball. To the second half of last season, Rams were kind of led as a defensive football team. And they tore apart Minnesota a couple of times. The reason that they were able, I think, to hang with Philadelphia minus a couple of big Saquon plays was because the defense kept giving the ball back to the offense doing it again. Once Matthew Stafford cycles out, could you not become a defensive first football team?
I bet you could.
Already?
I mean, that might be how the money goes. And we were talking about this, who you have to pay and when they come up. Kobe Turner comes up.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay Verse at some point. Puka Nacua, his deal's going to be up. So some of these guys that may have been drafted before them, that class right before them, may get X'd out because some guys are just better. I think we're having this discussion about Kyron. How do you pay Kyron Williams? What do you pay Kyron Williams?
Yeah.
Do you let him walk? What's the deal there? I think Kyron Williams, either way, is going to be running for his life this year.
That's good for the Rams.
That is good for the Rams. I think he's going to have to bet on himself, which is good for us.
It's good for Kyron Williams. It's good for the Rams. The Rams will get another data point to decide what they want to do.
Unless he takes a team-friendly deal. I love being a Ram. I love being here.
Yeah, that's a win-win for the Rams. If he doesn't, then we're going to play, and you got to play your ass off. or you take something that's maybe slightly on better terms for the team than for the player.
Yeah.
But that's good for the Rams,
If
too.
I'm him, I'd be looking to stick it in their ear. Oh, really? You want me to prove it again? I'd give you 2,000 yards.
Great.
And then give you this.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm saying. Right.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
You know what I do?
Either way, good for us.
You know what I do? I'd
Right.
give you a big hug and say, man, I hate to see you go.
Good luck. Right.
I'm so sorry that you're leaving. Man, I'm going to miss you.
And then go, Blake, come on.
Yep.
You're tense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it
Yeah,
goes. But
yeah.
it's funny, when we did the Rams revealed, so I'm sitting there, me and JB are sitting there with Fisk and Kobe Turner, and we're saying congrats to Kobe about getting married. Did you know he got married?
We talked to him as well.
Sweethearts, great people.
Yeah.
And then Fisk about the leg and having fun and just, chopping it up a little bit. And then it just dawned on me, hey, man, what is it like to be on the field with Saquon Barkley? And you should see their faces. It went from, it sucks.
Well,
I've
torched
never
him
seen anything
twice.
so good. Right.
Yeah, it's like, here's the thing. I do think, as an athlete, when you get your ass kicked, you can say, I had a bad night.
Right.
I had a bad night. He's a good player, but I had a bad night. Let me do it again.
No.
He did it again.
Best they've ever seen.
When it happened twice, it's like
stuff.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
The way they described him is like the way we used to describe Barry Sanders. Even Kobe Turner said it. He said, I swear to God, he was right there. And I'm getting ready for a form tackle. I've done it 1,000 times, and I hit nothing but air. Like he just disappeared, and he was out the back door and gone.
Yeah.
Same guy.
When the guy does it to you the same way 2 times in a relatively short period of time, it's not like it was over 5 seasons.
No.
It was, in the middle of
Same
the season and
right.
in the playoffs and an exact monster 70-yard runs.
But that's the crappy thing about Kyron, right? If he doesn't have the fumbles, everything else, if you just eliminate the fumbles, this whole conversation's different.
Well, they don't get you're right.
This whole conversation's different about how you pay him and what type of contract. Just the fumbles. Just the fumble.
I think if you take away Jameis Winston's interceptions, you could also say that he is a great quarterback. But you can't eliminate
he didn't
that
fumble
stuff.
like a million times.
No,
he just
it's
had
like 5 or 6 in a row.
Two of them were in that game.
An important spot.
Yeah.
To where you almost lost your job over it.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's also a lot of almost fumbles or fumbles that were recovered by the Rams as well.
Yeah.
True.
But the dude puts in work. He's tough as nails.
I think they're in a great spot there.
Yeah.
They're going to get
either way you're going to win.
Get what they want. They're going to get a team-friendly deal-ish.
Yeah.
Or he's going to be salty and go out there and say, oh, yeah, watch this. Great.
Right.
And somebody else can come in and give him the extra, and you can shake his hand on the way out
Good
the
luck.
door.
We'll see you coming the other way.
Yeah.
One more thing about Verse. All the sacks, 36.5 sacks in the NFL. I only really remember the ones I missed.
Really?
Even in college. I missed one here at UCLA. Great move. I was at war with my D-line coach. Oh, my God. It was 1993, you would tell me.
Tommy Maddox?
Nope. It was Joe Bag of Donuts as far as I'm concerned. He was an okay quarterback, 93 here in the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
Hell of a move, and I got to him. It was a sack, and I hit him in the waist, and for some reason, this skinny-legged dude just kind of like stiff-armed me and stepped out.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Oh, my God. And I just sat there and looked at him, right, as he's running by, and I got yelled at. I'm like, I just can't believe he got out.
Was it John Barnes, was it?
It might have been Barnes. I'll look him up.
You know where John Barnes was the quarterback before UCLA?
Where?
UC Santa Barbara.
You're kidding me.
I am not.
Oh, my God. But how does this he's got, like, pretzels for legs. And he got out. And Brett Favre stepped out of one in St. Louis.
Okay. And that's Favre. Favre did that to a lot of guys.
And threw a touchdown pass.
Oh, that's not great.
That sucked.
That's not great. All right. Do you want to be a part of the first ever Cappy Blackjack Tournament? You can win a spot for you and your friends. Once you hear the cue to call on Sedano and Cap, it's all happening this Friday, June 6th, at Park West Bicycle Casino. That's in the city of Bell Gardens. It's going to be a party. Listen to Sedano and Cap for your chance to be there at our very first ever Cappy Blackjack Tournament. Far Side coming up next.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. But they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double Down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Travis, on the reel, I forgot everything I was going to say because I am watching this game again. 1993, we were number 12 in the country. UCLA was number 22, and we were playing here.
Wayne Cook, we decided, was the quarterback.
Wayne Cook was the quarterback, and I was absolutely on fire this year. Won the Morris Trophy. That's the Pac-10 Defensive Lineman of the Year.
That's very great.
Very good. And no one could block me that year, and I was so pissed when I missed that
93, you were a junior?
Senior.
This
is coming out. Yeah, this is the guy they thought was too small for the NFL. Yeah, I like him. He's got a great motor. He just doesn't look the part. So this is that dude that's pissed off.
Yeah, it would bother me too.
Yeah.
That would bother me too.
It was right there. So I feel bad for Jared Verse. I know exactly what you're going through, homeboy. There's nothing worse than missing a sack in the NFL. I swear to God. There's nothing worse than missing a sack,
I would imagine it's so hard to get close to a sack.
It's money.
And it's money.
Yeah.
Never mind. I got nothing.
And,
You're right. It's money.
it's the most protected guy on the field.
Yeah.
You're right. When you get there, even to touch these guys is hard.
Yeah.
To get a sack means you are at the top of your game.
How often did you get a chance to just bury a guy?
A
quarterback.
College, all the time. It seems like they just allowed you to pile drive quarterbacks.
Yeah.
In the
but
pros,
that's not what I mean. Like I'm talking about, you beat your guy so badly that I just have
that's what I mean.
Just a clean run at this guy.
In college, a lot more because you're not facing
pros,
right?
Yeah.
When you beat these guys, you beat them, or it's easy to beat them.
Yeah.
And you can just run right through some of these quarterbacks. They'll allow you to do that. And the pros, no, they are. This is different. This is how we make money. So you have to earn the right to hit the quarterback. Yeah, rookies don't get a chance to hit QBs. If you stay in long enough, they'll give you some leeway to hit guys. So that just reminded me.
Yeah.
But I did I was thinking of Tanner Scott and the struggles he's going through. And Clinton didn't even want to talk about it. The first thing he said was, "Don't ask me about Tanner Scott." He said the pitching staff gives him anxiety. You guys are lockstep in baseball.
I said it to you last week.
Yeah.
The Tanner Scott thing it's on my radar. Like it's one of those, it's something about that. His ability to locate his pitches has apparently left him.
Yeah.
And how you find that back. We talked about it with Oral last week when we were out at Legends Attic.
Yeah.
And he just, Oral said, he's going through it right now. He's really struggling on how to get his,
I
location
keep hearing about it, and I'm thinking about it, and that's why I asked you about velo. It's not down. I thought it was down slightly, just a tick.
90% of the problem that he's having right now is he's not able to locate his pitches.
Okay, well, the one thing that you have to resist as an athlete, and everybody goes through this, golf, what have you, pitchers, every sport you go through slumps where it's just not working. Maybe I did get this from Oral when he said you're more worried about result than your technique.
You're right.
That is the absolute key. So if you're Tanner Scott, block the world out and keep doing what you're doing. Resist the urge to change. Once you start changing, that's when stuff starts changing you, and then you're lost completely.
Yeah, you know who did exactly what you're talking about?
You're looking at him right here.
Oh, really?
Oh my God! I went away from what this guy, this menace right here on the field. After 2 years in the league, well, they caught up to me. I started getting blocked. So let me start changing things. Let me start trying to get stronger in the upper body. Let me try to squat more. Let me try to do all this stupid stuff that didn't matter a hill of beans. I should have just kept doing what I was doing and playing my game.
How hard to do that, though, if you're not getting the results?
Super hard, especially when they keep drafting kids at your position that are behind you, and you start feeling pressure. Mm-hmm. If you've got a ding, a knee injury, you know what? I'll just keep going because I can't give this kid 2 seconds. Because if he gets his hooks into my job, I may not get it back. Instead of just playing my game and letting it straighten itself out. Isn't that wild?
Especially in your sport, in football. The thing you talked about with the injury, I think, is the part that is so wild. That you have to go out there and do something that's incredibly physical to begin with, at less than your physical best. You're likely to get more injured doing it, and you cannot take the time to stop doing it.
Yeah.
Because if you do, the other guy's going to come in there who's fresher, who's stronger, might be a little younger, maybe a little faster, all of these things. He's going to take your,
He might, but it's all in your head. Yeah. It's just all mental. It's not really going to happen. You just created that fiction in your head. You're hurt, you can't play, so they're getting your backup ready to go. And your coach, who loves you, is showing that kid more attention.
Yeah.
And you're like, dang, I just got hurt and you forget about me. It's not that, dude. They got to get that guy ready to go. When you're ready to go, they'll come right back to you.
Hopefully.
But in that moment, you think, oh, my God, my career's coming to an end. I got to rush myself back.
The guy you were talking about, or the guy that I thought about when you were talking, that was cruising, right? Like not only having success, having a ton of success, MVP success. And then it started to wane a little bit. And next thing you know, it's like, why is he standing in the batter's box like this? Why? It's Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, you start tinkering.
Cody Bellinger was like, I'm going to stand up real tall. Well, I'm going to squat a little more. I'm going to stand in the back with my feet together. I'm going to spread my feet a little bit more. It's like, what? Just do the thing that lets you hit 45 home runs and win the MVP.
Now you're sports schizo. I don't know who I am anymore. Right, yes.
And he seems to have kind of sort of figured it out a little bit with the Yankees. And Cody Bellinger's a good player, but that guy for the Dodgers, that guy's never shown back up again.
Crazy. I know. That's what I mean. Resist the urge to tinker. I think I had 11 and a half sacks, dropped down to 3. Mm-hmm. That year I had more encroachments and personal fouls than sacks. I was just so pissed and frustrated. Yeah, it made me mad. Let me start changing stuff. Weird, right? And then it slows down for you. You you forget about the result and just worry about what you're doing, and then guess what happens? The results start to come.
It comes back.
But,
I don't know if there's a football equivalent to this. Sometimes there's a baseball. The one that comes to mind is in golf. Okay, you can be lost.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I've hit this shot a million times. I've hit it correctly a million times. I know how to hit this shot, and then all of a sudden you miss it a time or two. And then it's like, well, maybe if I try this, and now all of a sudden I don't remember what it is I used to do.
Right.
It's gone. It's
gone.
like I've never even done this before, and it takes a really long time for what you're talking about. Like, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to hit it. And
2 seasons,
and then it's like, wait, that's all it is?
I was in.
And
I told you,
clicks like that.
Ray Brown, this big guard. I was in Ray Brown's armpit because he's taller, and I'm ripping underneath him, and it's just not working. I'm getting blocked again, and it was that moment from Deer Hunter where I just start screaming, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to care anymore. You start to slow down, you take breaths, you start working on your stuff, and then guess what? Stuff starts to happen.
It starts to work.
Yes, but he had the nastiest deodorant. He did. He wore, like, big dudes with a lot of hair. You shouldn't wear the powdery white stuff.
The white stuff.
Yeah, it was the powdery
You need the gel.
Yeah,
you
the
need
nugs.
The stick.
The powdery nugs kept getting on me. I'm like, this is nasty. I can deal with blood and snot. I don't want to deal with your armpit juice.
Who's the nastiest guy, like with that kind of stuff that you went up against?
Oh, Okay,
just the
what I heard or
grossest
smelled.
guy.
Okay, so what I heard, it was Warren Sapp.
Okay.
Yeah, they called him Big Stinky. Like, Warren did not, shower. That was his thing. The biggest guy for me was the same, was a dude named Steve Everett. We called him Shower Pill. He would never take a shower. And we go out and practice. This is training camp, 2 days, and wouldn't take one shower. Michigan dude. Big rock star type dude. He just would never take a shower.
Because he wanted to be funky or because he just didn't?
I have no idea. He was one of them half a psychos. So I thought he had a problem with getting in the shower with the rest of us.
Okay.
Maybe that could be it.
Yeah.
But he never showered. And you could definitely tell that he never showered. Yeah. He's that guy.
Need an intervention.
He's that guy.
That's need an intervention.
Like we get mouthwash. His mouthwash will be full all year. Like once you finish it, throw it away. They give you another one. Same one. We marked it with a
pen.
With a pen, and same one all year. Yep.
No, thank you.
That dude.
No, thank you. All right. Speaking of old Dodgers, could we be getting one back? That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Did you happen to catch any of the videos that were knocking around of the Rockies playing in Miami yesterday?
No. Is it bad? Is it banana?
I don't want to exaggerate too much. I don't think that there was 1,000 people at the game.
Wow.
I really did you see him?
I did, and it looks like,
Do you think, is that number about right?
I would venture to say somewhere between 500 and 1,000. You'd probably right.
Wow.
It looked like it was empty.
The fan base, they quit. Has the team quit?
The Rockies have.
They've quit. They've just given up. Period?
I don't think. Well, I don't think the players have
That's
quit.
what I mean.
I think the players are going out there and doing the best they can.
Okay.
But
yeah,
their best is not good enough.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
And look, Miami stinks too.
Yeah.
And
That sucks.
You've got two teams playing in minor league stadiums. You got two teams like Miami and Colorado. You got another team in Chicago and the White Sox that are just dreadful.
Yeah.
Just dreadful. And then to be like they're in the same league as teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Mets and the Phillies, like that. I know that a labor thing is coming down the road, and I think it's at the end of next season. That is terrifying to see, that you've got this wild disparity between these two things.
Does it hurt the sport, though?
I think it does.
It does? How?
I think so.
How?
You can't.
Because no one cares.
You can't have a significant. If it were one team like the Rockies, you kind of go, all right, whatever. Their owner doesn't care. It's not one.
I don't think baseball is losing money right now.
I don't know. All I know is that's not competitive. And what makes sports is I don't know who's going to win. I do when they're playing. And it's the Savannah Bananas. It's the Globetrotters.
Dude, it's like the NBA to me. If I can guarantee, like you said, the Lakers versus the Lakers, I would do it every year. Or the Lakers versus the Celtics.
But is it something where it's teams like the Marlins and the Rockies where their owners just don't care to win? They have this, Jeff Passan used the term disease of complacency, that they don't have to do a lot to earn enough money to earn themselves back, but it's not enough to be competitive.
That's the other thing.
But then you have the Dodgers who are spending like a gajillion dollars.
That's the other thing. So when you defend the Dodgers and you say that any owner can do this, can they do this in Colorado?
They can't do what the Dodgers can do, but what they can do is they can do what the Rays do. They can do what the Royals do.
So you can be better about your business.
They can do what the Indians do.
Yeah.
They can do what the Baltimore Orioles do. Like there are teams that do not spend $300 million on payroll that don't win 9 games.
Any chance of relocation for the Rockies?
No.
Because aren't you, to be this bad, you have to try to be this bad.
I don't know, man. They clearly are not trying. You're 100% right.
This is what you do before you leave.
I guess, but I don't think they're going to leave.
But Denver's a good market. It's not someplace you'd want to leave.
It's a
not
big
like
city.
Yeah.
They got a good fan base. They got a nice ballpark. Like
and
they
people
just
show
stink.
up in Colorado.
Yeah.
They just stink.
They
Like
just
the A's
suck.
The Coliseum is I almost said something I'm not supposed to say. A dump. Thank you. It is a dump hole.
It's old.
Yeah,
it's very old.
The dugouts literally flow with human X-ray.
Yes, it's old and it's bad.
Literally. Okay, so I get what they were there. Let's get the hell out of here. Where the Rays play got demolished by a hurricane.
Right.
So they got to go somewhere else. But the White Sox and the Rockies,
White
and
Sox
the
have
Marlins,
no answer for. Yeah,
it's like it's
but it's
wild.
not. I mean, I bet baseball's still making money, or even making more money
They're
with
making
the Dodgers
money.
and the Yankees.
I'm not saying that they're going to go out of business.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's bad for the sport.
If
Those two things can be different.
That's what I'm saying. If they can, this is bad for us. It looks bad, but is it really fiscally bad? I don't know.
Maybe not, but it's
perception-wise, it looks like it sucks.
It's if I'm the Dodgers or Dodger fan, I'm getting a great experience over here. Okay, when you're charging me premium rates, you're putting a premium product on the field. I can live with that. But where it gets a little weird is if you're putting a premium product, premium experience, premium prices, but I'm going to go watch them play against the team. And by the way, they play the Rockies like 14 times. It's a lot. You're going to play the A's. You're going to play some of these teams that are theoretically of major league quality that are not. That's bad for the sport.
Seems like it. I mean, the Rockies got sued by a fan, right? Who got hit because
he wasn't watching.
Yeah,
Okay, but how does someone fix this? Is it because you have to have a floor?
Yes.
And that's never going to happen because they're never going to have a cap. You have to have a cap and a floor. And the Dodgers don't want to have a cap because they want to be able to spend as much money as they want. And so there needs to be some incentive, maybe winning.
There's a lot of red flags, and maybe they're more pink than red at this point. They're not full blown, but when ESPN is saying, you know what, we're good, we don't need your thing anymore, that's a problem.
Wasn't it Miss O'Malley, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had him on.
Peter O'Malley.
I asked him about being competitive. He said that part of his job, the toughest part, was dealing with the players' union.
Yeah,
that was back then.
Yeah,
there will be no salary cap in baseball.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
but when you have an endeavor that is presumably competitive, and you've got all these indicators that are saying, "Hey, this is not." People are not thrilled with what you have. The television networks are not thrilled with what you have. Fans, at least in some markets, are not thrilled with it. There's some necrosis going on there that maybe hasn't become fatal for everything, but
that's the start of something. It's a bad look. And I was thinking about this: the last game versus the Yankees here, complete sellout, right?
I would imagine.
Yeah, they have the highest rating the last 7 years on Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah,
80% had to do with the Dodgers. The other 20 came to see the Yankees. or the matchup.
Yeah, but if that game were played in New York, it would be the same thing the other way.
That's
it's
what
just,
I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's hot. I mean, but the Rockies.
That's hot.
That's hot.
Whether baseball is hot is another question.
Very true.
Yankees Dodgers for certain sure is. ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday Night. It's coming up soon, July 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Kids ages 7 to 12 can take their big hacks, be a part of the all-star action. You can sign up right now, ESPNLA.com, click on the T-Ball Tee-Off card, and find the sign up in your designated age group. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Sparkling smiles, happy kids. So we're getting near the trade deadline. Got about 2 months, but you're going to start to see some guys move. Jeff Passan was kind of floating about who may be available, who might be going where. And one of the things that he floated out there, and I absolutely love it, is Walker Buehler back to the Dodgers.
You want that?
Yeah. What, I mean,
is that possible?
Sure. So here's the deal,
Yeah.
right? He signed a 2-year deal in Boston. Okay. The second year is you can get out of it for $3 million.
Okay.
Okay. It's a mutual option, so both parties have to agree to it. He's pitching well. He slides right back in. There's no acclimating process. We talked about it, a couple weeks ago?
Throw him in.
Who's the guy that, is the wild card, the live wire? Him. He's back. I'm sure that he would love to be in an environment and the Red Sox are kind of sort of okay, not good, not bad. They're kind of in the middle of the pack. I think they're in 4th place, but not far out. Tell me that doesn't make all the sense in the world. You need starting pitching. He can come out of the bullpen. We saw that if you need be. That makes so much sense that it feels too obvious.
It's starting to look like it.
Yeah.
There's a headline: is Walker Buehler heading back to the Dodgers? And really, this could be a thing this year. Now you can get him back. Of course, you'd want him back now because you need him back
now.
now.
A little worse. Like they need to start.
Are they below 500?
They're right at it.
Right at 500.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, what would you have to give up to get him?
Well, that's always the rub, right? The Red Sox are 29 and 33, so they're under 500, but not by a mile.
But the Dodgers have prospects, and they're deep, and they have things other teams want.
It's
You
not
wouldn't give up the catcher.
No. You don't get him.
Okay.
But you also aren't going to be. You're not going to be able to fleece somebody for Walker Buehler. You're going to get something. But if it's what about this? And I'm just making something up. What if it's Bobby Miller? That could be he needs a change of scenery. Clearly, that's not going to shake out here. He needs to go and try it somewhere else.
It doesn't hurt too much.
It doesn't. If you're the Dodgers,
that doesn't hurt.
Great,
Yeah, that doesn't
or
hurt.
It's Bobby Miller and some other prospect that we're not as familiar
For
with.
a guy that can pitch right now, and I know him
today, and he's
sure.
going to show up and not have big eyes.
Fair trade.
And if you're the Red Sox, you think, okay, Bobby Miller is going to give me more years than Walker Buehler is going to give me because Walker Buehler, like you said, is a mutual option, so he could be gone next year. So you might have Bobby Miller for X amount of years, and he could turn into a great player.
Fair trade.
Walker Buehler could come in here and pitch lights out and say, I'm going back to market, and the Dodgers can shake his hand all over again and say, thank you. We love everything you did. He could pitch poorly, and the Dodgers could say, we're going to opt out. Thank you. Good luck on whatever's coming next. There's other than having to eat the whatever money is left. Dodgers don't really care about money
come
like
on.
that.
Money's not an object. Yeah,
right?
we know this
Sell
now.
a few more $24
I wouldn't mind adding
enchiladas.
that to the clubhouse too. A little fire in there.
The wild card.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Said the wild card.
Yeah. A little spice in there. Put some Tabasco in there.
They need that.
Of course they
need
do.
that.
Absolutely. You needed it last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one thing we said you're going to miss when he left.
You know who I
now
thought
you're
was-
bringing it back.
You know who I thought was going to have a moment last
Who?
night?
What?
Muncy.
He
came up twice
Hitting
with
it
a
hard.
chance. He's
hitting it hard.
By the way, he's playing a lot better.
Yeah,
So is Pages, right?
Pages too.
Pages.
Pages got a big
Yeah,
hit.
yeah,
Yeah, you did.
Pages
Yeah.
got a big hit, but Muncy came up twice with a chance to kind of have a moment.
Yeah.
And he just missed.
Do it for everybody.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
Big Max. He looks like all of us. Come on, dude. There you go. You know?
You just keep throwing Scott out there.
You don't have a choice.
I
I
think
was
you're right.
asking you, what choice do you have? You have to let him
Running back.
pitch his way through it. Yeah.
You know what I like about it too? That like is the wrong word. What I respect about it. He keeps taking the ball. Like there other teams, other places, other guys could have. My knee hurts. The reason I'm getting tattooed is my shoulder's bothering me.
Right.
I need to go sit down for a couple weeks. I need to rehab or whatever. He's taking the ball. He's firing. He's just not getting anybody out.
Do you know who Omarion is?
No.
Do you guys know who Omarion is?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Omarion.
It sounds familiar, but no.
Tell me Lindor doesn't look like Omarion playing baseball. Doesn't he, though? No? Every time I see this guy, I'm thinking,
Who is that?
That is the baseball playing version of Omarion.
Who is Omarion?
He's a singer. Yeah. Every time I see this guy, when he makes a play, and he made a hell of a play last night.
I see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell of a play last night.
I see
Saved
it.
the game. Every time I see him do something, I see that close up. I'm like, that's like they could be brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not the only one. Yeah. Hell of a player. That's the issue with Mookie playing short, right? You're not going to be a better short than that guy.
No.
Yeah.
But he's one of the better ones.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that argument.
You could still be very good and not be as good as him.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That dude is absolutely special and fantastic. But last night he just struck me as Omarion.
Hit the second pitch of the game halfway up the bleachers.
Dude, yeah.
Okay, one last quick little Dodger thing before we go. Dustin May hit his career high in innings pitched for a season last night.
Yeah.
Career high. It's 56 innings.
It's the beginning of June. It was June 2nd.
Oh, my God.
His career high in innings pitched. And I'm not trying to throw any cold water on it. He's pitched pretty well. He pitched very well last night, and he's pitched well for the Dodgers more often than he hasn't. 56?
How many years?
6 years in the big leagues.
You are a great pitcher. You are. You have to be.
6 innings.
Yes, to pitch that little. Keep coming
There was a
back,
time
right.
when 156 would have been like, dude, you got to give me more.
Oh, my God.
56?
Dude, he was moving that thing. Remember that thing I said about 100 pitches?
Yeah.
There's no way. Some of that stuff he threw last night, even the balls, like you have no chance of catching up to that thing or seeing it.
One of these days,
how does it break that far?
One of these days, you're going to agree that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that stuff.
Dude, how do you make that thing move that far?
Major league hitters don't hit it.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Sorry you
NFL
lost
defensive
that one.
linemen in their 50s really won't hit it.
All I have to do is get my bat on it. That's all.
Right.
I don't have to
Major
get a hit.
league hitters don't get their bat on it. That one that nearly hit the guy in the stomach last
Yes.
night, that was odd. Those are
Wow.
my favorite ones where the ball's moving so much that guys swing at it and it nearly hits them.
Find a way to keep him healthy, Trav. We can make $1 billion a
You
day.
and me both, brother.
Yeah.
Kershaw has some ideas. We can come up with that in just a little bit. And interesting little AR idea about the Lakers and what they could do with him. That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
A lot of people screamed at me on Twitter, which is fine. Don't use all caps. Don't use all caps when you
by the
tweet
way,
me.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans and is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Get ready to beat the summer heat with Next Gen. For a limited time, enjoy a free whole home air cleaner with any new AC installation. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to book your appointment. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. Brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region, 13 years in a row in California once again.
If you're in construction, it's time to mark your calendars. Purple Wave Auction is selling Valfair Construction's premium fleet on June 12th. Their transparent process lets you bid with confidence on late model Cat, Volvo, and John Deere equipment located near you.
Double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Wow.
You know what that means. That means it's time for a little last man standing.
Pop quiz.
So yesterday in Boston, Mike Trout hit another home run. The Angels actually did something that had never happened in the history of Fenway Park.
Did he park his car in Harvard Yard?
There you go. Fenway Park's been around for 1 billion years.
Yeah.
And the Angels are the first team ever to hit 3 home runs in the top of the first inning against the Red Sox.
No way.
Yeah, that seems oddly low. Like if you told me 4 or 5, sure, but 3. Anyway,
I
Mike
thought
Trout.
we were out of first.
Yeah, especially at a place like Fenway.
I guess not, yeah.
So Mike Trout goes yard, did a little Mike Trout stuff this morning, and it got me to the following question. Mike Trout is one of 12 players in Major League Baseball history that have won 3 or more Most Valuable Player awards. 3 or more Most Valuable Player awards. So Trout is one of 12. So Trout's off the board. There are 11 others remaining. Let's start with you, DeMarco.
Shohei.
Shohei's got 3.
Yeah,
Shohei is on the list. M.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds has the most MVPs in the history of Major League Baseball with 7. He's got 7 MVPs. Barry Bonds is on the list. Jorge.
Let's go with another angel. Vladimir Guerrero.
Vladimir Guerrero does not have 3 or more MVPs, so you are out.
Let's go with Royd Mack, Big Mac.
I don't even think Mark McGuire's got
He
one.
doesn't have one, does he? Just the home run champion.
So.
Emily wins.
Emily wins, but I told you this might go fast.
Yeah,
because they're all super
Can
famous.
I give my next one?
Yeah, sure.
I would have guessed Ken Griffey Jr.
Nope.
Okay, great. Then we would have all been out of it.
Wrong too. So Bonds has 7. Nobody else has more than 3.
Ricky? No. Not
So
Ricky.
here's the list. Yogi Berra has 3.
Wouldn't have got that.
No, I don't think I would have either. Roy Campanella has 3.
Before me.
Dodger,
wouldn't have got that.
right?
Yep.
Okay. DiMaggio has 3. Maybe a shot
because
in the
of all
dark.
the movies, yes.
Yeah. Jimmy Fox has 3.
Hell
Old
no.
school. Never would have gotten that. Mantle has 3.
Because of the movies, yes. Okay, really?
Stan Musial has 3.
I should have known that one.
Here's
Yes.
one that I thought you would get.
Okay. What?
Albert Pujols.
Forgot about Albert.
Yeah. Albert Pujols
I forgot
has
about
3.
Albert.
There
Damn.
are 2 other guys, both more modern play. One very modern, and the other one a little bit more less modern. Mike Schmidt has 3 for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Schmidt-head.
And then lastly, Alex Rodriguez has 3.
A-Rod.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Judge
Unreal.
has 2?
Judge has 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why, like,
7.
Mike 7. And by the way, got robbed a few times.
Yeah. Could have been 10.
Easy.
And how many before his head blew up?
Not zero.
At least 4 or
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
This is interesting to me because I've been seeing this guy's name pop up a lot because he's having a fantastic season for the Mariners. Cal Raleigh.
Sure.
Not only because his name is an amazing baseball name as
baseball
Cal
name.
Raleigh,
It's
but
like Colt McCoy being a quarterback. Of course he is.
Raleigh fingers.
Raleigh fingers, tremendous.
he's in the American League, so he's going to compete against Judge, and Judge is doing things that are historically different. But like, how long will somebody be crowned the MVP, even if someone's doing an incredible thing? Like if Cal Raleigh keeps this up and does things that catchers haven't done before.
He's having an MVP level season.
So how long until like the baseball writers want something different?
It's funny. You got to read is it the tea leaves or the winds blowing in your direction? It happens in every sport where, like Jordan, it's clearly Jordan or Shaq is the best player in the league, but it's time for Steve Nash to win an MVP.
Or it's clearly Mahomes is the best quarterback, and we're just not going to give him
time
the MVP
for this
every year.
guy.
Here's what has to happen for a player like Cal Raleigh to kind of break through. Judge just isn't the best player in the American League. He is, but it's not just that. He's the best player in the American League, and he's doing things that are historically rare. It's not just that, he's having the best season. He's having one of the best seasons ever. He's doing Babe Ruth kind of stuff. He's doing stuff we haven't seen in 100 years. So as good as Raleigh is, he's not doing that. So until Judge comes back to just, air quote, normal MVP stuff, like he hits 45 home runs and hits 330, not 400 with 60 home runs, then Raleigh can punch through. But Ohtani's got it on lock for the foreseeable future in the NL.
There is an all MLB team, right? That's your all pro. That's the best of the best.
I believe that's right.
With guys, sometimes when you're playing with phenoms like that, sometimes the best you can hope for is be all whatever at your position. Yeah. That is your MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do it multiple times.
Like when Jordan's, it's like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah. I mean, I'm all defense. I'm all NBA. I'm all this. Yeah.
Yep.
Saquon didn't win MVP last year, though he deserved to win MVP, but the running backs don't win it, and it goes to he gets the offensive player of the year.
I tripped out, man. Do you know Eric Dickerson did not win the MVP when he ran for 2,000 yards in 84?
I'm assuming a quarterback did.
Marino.
Yeah.
Marino threw for 5,000 yards in 1984.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's today's numbers back then when you can crush quarterbacks.
I got started on this morning. Greg was in here, and we were talking about Mike Trout, and he's like, well, he's a Hall of Famer. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Mike Trout's won the MVP 3 times. That list is really short. Mike Trout's another one that probably got hosed a couple of times. It probably should be 5. That's how good he was for a 10-year window. Where
that's funny.
He could have won the MVP 7 times in that.
He's not just a Hall of Famer. He's better than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You better trademark that because guess who's going to be saying that and pretending that they came up with it? This guy.
Yeah.
He's not just a Hall of Famer. He's better than that.
He's better than that, yeah.
Have you ever heard anybody say that before?
No.
Because I just said it.
Oh, look at you. See?
It is ESPN LA's Legends Launch, presented by Legends Attic. It's all part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday Night on July 11th, the West Coast, July 11th. I said that yesterday. There's no date such as July 11th. It is July 11th. July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. Step up to the plate, take your shot. It is a high-energy challenge to hit as many balls as you can in 90 seconds. You should do it. Bring your own bat and ball, or bat and helmet, I should say, and bring that big swing because spots are limited. Head to ESPNLA.com right now to reserve your spot. Step up, swing B. I did that yesterday.
Are you okay?
No,
he's all right.
I'm clearly having some sort of issue.
And swing B.
And swing B.
Having some sort of issue.
You know what? I just looked back at it again.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that right. It says swing big, but I'm reading it as swing B.
Swing B.
And I know what
that
it
sounds
is.
like
The
a rap,
next
doesn't
word
it?
is B.
That sounds like a
B,
rap song.
Swing big, B legendary. I'm just skipping
Anyway,
over
come
the B
out to
part.
this event. It's going to be great.
It's going to be
The Man in
fantastic. Hey, Chris.
What's up, dog?
What's going on, guys?
How
Same
are you?
old.
Let me tell you what just happened in one of our sales meetings.
Uh-oh.
The love and admiration show to DeMarco Farr.
Nice.
It means I have to pivot on my bit.
Ah.
I got a bit.
What just
I got a
happened?
bit pivot. And I don't bit
when that
pivot quite a
happens.
bit.
Bit
No,
pivot.
you don't.
Swing
But the
B.
love for DeMarco Farr, I mean, it's incredible. So now I might call you like Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr like I used to with Keyshawn. Now, there's some stuff Keyshawn and I used to do together that you might not be into,
Okay.
but that's okay.
Does it start with oysters?
It can start with oysters. It can end with oysters. It's whatever you want.
Does it end with oysters? I love it.
But
That's
a lot
good.
of DeMarco Farr love.
That's awesome.
And you've never been like Keyshawn to me in my heart.
Yeah.
But now we're going to change that.
Okay.
So you're going to start getting more texts. Like I texted you over the weekend.
You did.
Because there was starting to be pro DeMarco Farr rumbles. And today they really escalated.
Oh, he sent me a
Not
text
rumbles.
out of the blue.
Yeah,
it
rumbles.
was really cool.
About
After
what?
we left, no, it was Rams revealed, and we left Legends Attic. It was
And
awesome.
I said, great job
Yeah.
today. I didn't send this text to Travis because there haven't been a lot of Travis rumbles.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. Travis is considered A-level. I've always considered you D-level, but now I'm moving you up to A-level.
Moving up to A-level.
I
I'm
think
moving
that
on
was
up.
a really high level of execution where he insulted both of us at the same time.
So.
And you have to be pretty good at bits to do that.
I was waiting for the other shoe. Like, what is this? Is he setting me
But
up
you
for
look really
something?
good today, DeMarco. I love that polo shirt. It looks
Do you?
like it was a little big. It's a little big on you now.
Yeah.
But it's great to see you, DeMarco.
Thank you.
You're my friend.
Good to see you. Yes.
Bit pivot.
You know
Bit
how
pivot.
on our 12Q, which we'll go on tomorrow.
What
Craig
is
Karmazin-
something going on behind me? What is he
No.
doing?
I had a stroke, so that eye sometimes wanders.
1026.
Exactly. We talk about best friend at work.
Yes.
That's one of our categories. And I have a best friend at work. Tommy Lamb and I are best friends at
Oh,
work.
yeah.
But I can have multiple best friends.
Okay.
I want you and I to be best friends at
Best
work.
friends.
Best friends at work.
We have to go out and do stuff first. We have
But
to
they're
go
not
hang out.
like crazy stuff that you
no,
did
no,
with
no,
like,
no, no. Well, yeah, I got to make sure I
Yeah.
trust you.
I don't want
you
like
know,
Isaac Bruce type stuff.
No, mob boss style. I got to have something on you. You know, you got to have something on me. We got to do
Yeah,
stuff.
but I don't do a lot of that kind of stuff.
That's
Travis
okay.
has that on me. Travis has seen a lot of things I do.
Yeah.
But anyway, I
That's
just
what
want
I'm
to tell
saying.
you, great job, DeMarco.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
We just become best friends. Yep.
We did.
We did come. I was really touched by the text. That was really awesome.
Well, that's
I
good.
was.
I'm glad-
I
I'm
really
glad
was.
it
Good to
worked.
see you, man.
It's good
Wearing
to-
all black.
It's better even to see you.
Yes, all black.
Well, except the hat.
Except the
and
hat.
the jeans. They're blue, but
Was this on purpose? Trying
the
to
black shirt?
send a message?
It's just a black dress shirt.
Okay, just making sure. Trying to intimidate a little bit, you know?
I'm wearing a black dress shirt?
You know, that's the thing.
No.
Go intimidator style with the sunglasses.
Well, I wear the sunglasses all the time because of the straggly eye.
I didn't know you had a straggly eye. Let me
Well,
see.
sometimes.
Let me see.
I just don't want to like have stroke eye.
What's
when this eye because I can't see out of the peripheral. I don't want
I
it
never
to lag.
noticed that. Did you?
Look at me.
Yeah, I never noticed that.
It's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but for me it feels weird, so I put
Oh,
sunglasses
okay.
on.
Oh, okay. Well, we're telling you, you look normal.
Thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate
you
that.
look good.
Thank
yes,
you. I
sir.
appreciate it.
Would have been nice to get a text.
Well, maybe I'll text you this weekend.
Well, we're not having a remote.
You know, Emily and I used to be every time I watch Succession, I think about our old days when we would text on Succession nights.
Yeah.
And it's the anniversary today.
Is it?
When it premiered.
Oh my gosh.
Is it really?
When
You should
Logan
watch it.
Roy,
You'd like it.
When Logan Roy was peeing on the carpet.
It's a bunch of rich
Oh, that's
people,
right.
right?
Oh,
It's a
Chris.
bunch of rich people being mean.
Miserable.
Not my type of show.
Miserable.
Yeah.
It's
Are they
also
picking on the little person?
no.
No,
No,
they're
just
picking on each other.
Just
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll
they're
watch the show then.
preying on one another.
Well, in
They
the
have-
first episode, they do pick on somebody.
Exactly.
Who's, yeah.
Oh, the
That's a
baseball
pretty
kid?
sad one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
don't get too. I guess it's.
That's not the theme of the show. Is not big guy eating little guy. It's big guy trying to eat big guy.
Any murder involved?
Yes.
Okay.
Funny you should ask. Chris, did you watch Mountainhead?
I haven't.
So it's from the creator of Succession, and
Okay.
it stars Steve Carell and some other guy who played.
I've seen the trailers.
It's very. The first half is very Succession. It's
Okay.
very much like, okay, wow, this is probably ripped from that same script.
Right.
Second half, so it's not bad. I spent my time watching it on Saturday night, so but
Here's the thing.
it's okay.
I take two people here, their TV advice very seriously. Emily when it comes to shows, and then Lindsay when it comes to documentaries. If Emily and Lindsay tell me to watch something, I usually do.
I think that you should try it, and if you don't like it, I'm not offended if you turn it off.
Okay.
But you'll be familiarized with the Jesse Strong,
Okay.
Jeremy Strong, or whatever the name is.
There we go. Mountainhead. I'll watch it this week. You know what I'm going to watch coming up? A little Joseph S. Normand. Up in personal.
Little Factor
We're
Cap
gonna,
with
we're
Joe.
going to press the flesh.
Little
And he
Factor
looks
Cap
good
with
today.
Joe.
I'm sending
Coming
you a
up
text right
next,
now.
it's Trav and
You sending me a text or Travis?
Travis a text.
710
Oh, okay.
ESPN. And speaking of my friend Joseph S. Normand, let me tell you a little bit about my experiences. 2 different times I've had either myself or somebody that I care deeply about, my son, have been involved in accidents, and Joe was my very first call. And the comfort and expertise that comes along with that, you don't know what it means until you've gone through it yourself. And if you've been in an accident, it's confusing, it's scary. There's a lot of people coming at you saying a lot of different things about this and that. And that's why you need an expert on your side like Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000. That's the phone number, 213-747-2000 or normandlegal.com. And that's how he's going to walk you through
everything. He's going to tell you what's going to happen, and he's right because he does it day after day after day. He's going to get you what you deserve. He's not going to take what the insurance company's offering because the insurance company's about the insurance company, and Joe's about you. Family always comes first with Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000, normandlegal.com. Make the call I've made. Make the call lots of people have made. Make sure that you're covered with Joe. 213-747-2000.
After a historic night at BMO Stadium, the black and gold are heading to the global stage.
It's over! LAFC have won! They're going to the Club World Cup!
Congratulations to LAFC for punching their ticket to the FIFA Club World Cup.
Say hello to Group D, baby! And say goodbye to Gloom America!
And you heard it all here on the home of the black and gold, 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Oh, the celebration at BMO!
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
This is the next phase in my therapeutic work.
Nicole Kidman returns for the Hulu original 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2.
Breathe in, breathe out.
This is safe?
We take you back to a core trauma. Breathe in, breathe out.
She is manipulating us!
Breathe in, breathe out. While you're resisting.
Is it too late to get a refund? The all-new season of 9 Perfect Strangers is now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. New episodes Wednesdays.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions. Like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
What's up, and by the way, real quick, we've got a major announcement. Not too major, but a nice announcement at the end of Factor Cap with Joseph S. Normand. Go ahead, Em.
Not free our truth.
Oh, I thought the major announcement.
No, we'll do it at the end.
Oh, okay, at the end.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, amazing. Now we have something to look forward to.
No, we look forward to Factor Cap right now.
So, our long national fight is over. As of July 10th, the snack wrap will be back at McDonald's.
Here it is, final.
I am a huge fan of the snack wrap. It's, to me, a perfect little thing from McDonald's.
What is it?
It's
a snack wrap.
What's in it, I guess, is a better way of asking.
It's basically just a tortilla, a chicken strip, lettuce, and then some
Flour.
ranch.
Sauce.
Flour. It's a flour
Yeah.
tortilla.
Okay.
It's literally so simple, but it used to be always the thing I would get at the drive-thru.
Okay, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. How many do you get?
I get one.
One?
It's
Okay.
usually if I'm not that hungry, but I want a little something, and they tide me over, I get that.
A little something
maybe,
to wet the beak.
Maybe a
quick
small
and you can
fry.
drive with it.
You understand what I'm asking?
I do, yes.
Yeah, because sometimes, like, if you go to Taco Bell, for instance,
Yeah.
you don't get a taco. You
No,
get
no.
4 or 5 tacos.
This is quick and you can drive with
You
it.
can
Yeah.
get multiple snack wraps if you want.
Okay.
You can on July 10th. So,
Yay.
got me thinking about like discontinued items, things that go in and out on fast food menus. There is a discontinued food item that you wish was back. Not just in drive-thru, could be anything, grocery store, whatever.
The McRib.
This kid and his love for the McRib.
Get out of here with that.
Yes.
Travis.
Fact, you may remember this. I'd be stunned if you didn't remember this. The McDLT.
The McDLT I wish came back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It keeps the hot side hot and the cool side cool.
Yes.
There you go.
Joe, you ever have a McDLT?
I don't believe so.
Okay,
yeah, it came in this carton. It was like
remember the old styrofoam McDonald's containers that would like snap like a clamshell?
Yeah.
This was like the clamshell was always open and had another piece that went on top.
So cool.
And it'd keep your hot beef and cheese, and then you'd have your cool lettuce and tomato over
on
here.
one side.
So your meat didn't get everything so hot. You know how that happens, Joe.
Hot side hot, cool side cool. I remember that.
Morales, there's that item you want back.
So I used to be, when I was a kid, a huge double-decker taco guy. And then they brought it back for a second at Taco Bell, and this is when I could still eat Taco Bell. And then it disappeared again, and now they've transformed it into something else. But I was a big double-decker taco kid.
Oh, that's good.
Which is basically a tortilla, beans. Then they put the taco inside with the shell. And the texture in your mouth, especially when you were an 11-year-old swimming. And right after this pool, you'd get in that bag. There's some double-decker tacos.
Those are
it's
delicious.
Beautiful, Joe.
Amazing. Joe, is there an item you wish would be back?
Carl's Jr. Carl's Spicy Catch.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What is that?
Was never on the menu. It's their spicy sandwich, grilled breasted chicken. Amazing with Carl's secret sauce.
Ooh.
Oh.
What's it called?
Secret menu item.
Carl's Spicy Catch.
Amazing.
Jorge gets in a lot of spicy catches all the time.
All right, Marco.
I haven't been there in forever. Is the apple pie discontinued at McDonald's?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
No, they're just
No,
more
you can get
expensive.
apple pies.
Yeah.
They're just more
They're
expensive.
Are they
like
still
$2.
molten hot?
That's
like,
the one. That's
melt
I miss
steel
those
hot.
Scald your face?
days.
Yeah.
Yes, I miss
That with a
those.
McFlurry. You get a McFlurry, you dip your pie on that. The best.
Oh,
So
thing.
good.
baby.
Thank you very much. See, that's a hack right there.
You and I have known each other 10 years,
Yeah.
and you waited until today to tell me that was a thing you could
That's
do?
a hack. Yes,
That's
sir.
amazing.
You've never
you
seen
know-
him dip his pie?
You know the fries in a Wendy too, right?
I knew
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, the pie in the McFlurry.
Yes.
Oh, my
All
God.
right, so pie is still there though. Jorge, what do you think?
Again, it's just the McRib.
The
They should
McRib
have
that's
it.
never gone.
They
that's
should
always
have it
Did
on
you have
there.
one?
Yeah, I've had it. It's
I've never had a McRib.
Or the dessert, the choco taco. I thought they got rid of that thing. They gotta bring that back.
Was it El Pollo Loco that had the Choco
No,
Taco?
no, it was just a Klondike item.
You could get it at a
Nice.
grocery store, and it was
Yeah.
also
You guys
at,
ever
like
eat Klondike?
Chocolate
bars?
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
other
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
El Pollo
Yeah.
Loco has an amazing crunchy taco, and sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not.
El
Okay.
Pollo Locos, don't sleep on it.
Oh, I love El Pollo
Pretty
Loco.
good.
The crazy chicken.
That's right.
I think from the grocery store that I wish was back in like maybe 2005, 6, they had purple ketchup.
Ooh.
As a kid, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
obsessed with purple and green ketchup. It's the same
Never
thing.
had
It's
purple
just colored to be purple
Yeah.
or green.
Okay.
Joe,
And I
you
was
ever have
obsessed
purple
with it.
ketchup?
Never.
Never.
Okay.
I'm not
I
sure
was
if I
a
would
child,
eat purple
it's
ketchup.
Okay, so today is National Egg Day. Shout out eggs.
One of the greatest things you can eat.
My sister says that if you only had to eat one item or ingredient, she'd want eggs because you make it a billion different ways. You can have different types of eggs.
Scrambled, fried.
So if you can only have one ingredient, so we're not talking about like
one
multiple
thing.
things. It's like if you want a steak, you'd have steak every day. So if you
Ooh.
can only have one ingredient to eat for the rest of your life, it would be eggs. Chris, Fed or Cap?
Well, it used to be bacon, but now it's probably chicken. So
Yeah.
I have chicken every day of my life. In salads, as an entree, as a snack, it's chicken.
All right, Joseph, if you could have one ingredient, you'd want it to be
You're
eggs.
going steak. You're a steak guy.
Steak, and let's cheat in some French fries.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I would
In
count
the mix?
potatoes because you could do potatoes a billion different ways. So you say potatoes or steak?
Potatoes if I had to.
All right,
job,
Marco?
Joseph.
You know, like health aside, like this is just the one thing you can eat and you never have to. I would go with bacon, actually. I would. I would take bacon every single day of my life. It's that good. If it wouldn't kill me.
No, it's
bad.
not a bad
But
choice.
It's not
only
great.
dress
I would
bacon
take
one
bacon.
way.
I would eat it one way all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
Pile it up.
Just put a rasher of bacon out there and give
Why
it
is
to
only
me.
bacon served in a rasher?
I don't know, but I like the way
I
it
don't even.
sounds.
Do you know what a rasher of bacon is?
It means more than 4, I guess.
Is that what it is?
I guess. Every
Yeah.
time I get a rasher, it's more than 4.
I've only heard it.
Isn't that
with
why you get the Highlands cream because of the rashers?
That's chafing.
Oh.
Yeah.
a rasher of bacon and a rasher of crap. Those are the other thing you get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
See, Denny's used to get me with the 3 pieces of bacon. I need more. Yes.
It's chicken. Because you can do it 100 million different ways, and it's never the best thing on the menu, but it's also never the worst thing on the menu. It's always a pretty good choice. It's chicken because there's so many ways you can do it.
Nothing worse than dried out chicken breast. Though.
Yeah, but it's
terrible.
But you still eat it.
You can still eat it. Just give me a bun. I'll eat it. Yeah.
Chicken thigh.
Can't go. You can.
You can leave it on the grill for a week
Forever.
and
Eat
it comes
to
out
death,
like, yeah, this
and
is
you
perfect.
can still eat it. Yes.
Can't go wrong with thighs.
That's
right, Joe.
Good job, Joe.
That's right.
Jorge never does. Anyway.
I have one more for you guys. So Michael B. Jordan, who is a star of Sinners, he's been in Creed, he's been in Black Panther. He says that Denzel Washington told him to stay offline to avoid overexposing himself to audience.
Ooh.
And Michael B. Jordan says this, quote, why would they pay to see you on the weekend if they see you all week for free? So basically, get off of social media, don't make yourself available, creates more of a movie star. So my statement is, social media has ruined Enigma. There's nobody that is unknowable in the age of social media. DeMarco, fact or cap? Social media's ruined Enigma.
Fact, you get sick of people after a while when you see them too much. They become overexposed. I love Dwayne Johnson. I love The Rock, but I am sick to death of seeing him. He's everywhere.
Said Enigma.
That music freaked out. That used to be LZ's.
I like where I started. My head was on a swivel.
What did
I'm
we-
like,
what
where
did we
is
call
he?
the- what did we call the bit?
Mysterio.
I was with you.
Yeah.
That's Enigma.
That's what
It
it
was
is. LZ would all
Yeah.
dressed up in the mask and everything.
With the snout. The snout was the part.
Remember when we
that I
did
really
the feather, the JB Wong, and he got really freaked out
With a cape and no shirt. Remember? It was the
Oh,
mask,
is
the
this-
cape,
is
and
this
no
like-
shirt.
Yes, I
Is this
remember.
Eyes
You did
Wide
that to
Shut?
JB
Is that where we're
with
Well,
the
that
going?
was the bit.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
oh my
I don't
gosh.
even know how it started. I think LZ, we said he was going to have an Eyes Wide Shut party, and that's how the bit became a whole thing.
And we used them for Valentine's Day. He would give
Oh,
advice. and
that video
Yeah.
is.
Joe, no more Eyes Wide Shut parties.
You
No
ever
more.
been to an Eyes Wide Shut party, Joe?
No more.
I
no
haven't,
more.
but I wish I had.
Nope, I'm
based
too
on
old
what
for
I'm
that.
hearing.
I used to have connects in that world, not anymore.
Yeah.
All
An
right,
INH
well,
party. Yeah.
Travis, social media has ruined Enigma.
No, Cap. I mean, for most people, but there are people that are not on it that are still hard to wrap your hands around.
Yeah, a lot of our talent aren't on it, apparently.
But then if Timothée Chalamet goes on one Blue de Chanel commercial, you write him off forever.
Yeah, but that commercial was too far over the line. Like there are lines to this stuff, but I like just, especially when it comes to like art and musicians and movie stars and things like that. Let me just consume your stuff. I don't need to know about you. I really don't care or need to, because it's only going to push me in a way that I don't like. So yeah, I think you can still do it.
Chris.
So, I think the company statement I have to say is you can never overdo it, and it's a way to connect with your audience. I know yesterday we were able to connect with one of our partners in a meeting, the great Paul Kim, PK, from Bicycle Casino. When we sat down, it was like we were best friends because he consumes my social media. So he was able, and he consumes the radio station. So he was able to talk about my girlfriend, my health, well, how are we doing? You look great, blah, 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 blah. I feel, and I do that now with a lot of our audience, that also struggles with addiction and alcoholism. And now that I'm very vocal in that and in sobriety, they slide into the DMs and want to talk.
That's great.
And maybe
That's
they're
awesome.
not at a place where they can go to an AA meeting or want to go because that's got a different stigma to them, but they feel like they can talk to me. And a lot of those people consume my DMs and consume my conversations every day. And I feel like giving back and helping because I know I was in that position. So to the point is, I don't think any of us are A-level Denzel Washington stars, obviously. But we're somewhat stars because we're here and we're on YouTube and we have thousands of people listening to us. So I think social media is important that way to connect with your fans and connect to your audience.
Didn't Denzel almost beat up a photographer recently?
I don't know.
Probably.
I missed that.
Yeah, he got into it. Yeah.
We
Joseph,
got to check social media for
There
that.
you go. See, it's there. That's
job,
where I
Joe.
saw it
Good
on
job.
social media. Yeah.
do you think that social media has ruined Enigma?
Less
Joseph?
is more. Social media is terrible.
God bless
Less
it.
is more.
After everything you just said.
Travis, that doesn't apply to you.
Oh, my God.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Social
We
media
will
can
see.
create stars, but it
Yeah.
also, there's some mystery what left in the world.
Little bit.
Stay tuned to our show where we talk about it more.
Yeah. You want to leave them? Hey, what else?
The show never stops.
give it up.
The show never stops,
I know
Travis.
that's how you look at it.
That is how I look at it.
I like it.
I'm aware.
I have Timothée Chalamet. Just Emily. Do new stars have to do a genre tour? Like, do I need an action movie out of him?
Interesting.
Well, you do. I mean, Dune is an action movie. It's a sci-fi action
Yeah,
movie.
I mean more like Rambo machine guns.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
I think it'll come his way at some point.
Okay.
How old is he?
He's 28, I think, and he's gonna be Leo. Leo is
That's
his,
how he
his
gets you
best
back.
path.
He gives you a good.
I'm not out. I'm
Cowboy
not
flick.
doing the thing where I'm
Yeah.
just drawing like I'm out. I'm never going to do it again. But it was one of those, dude. Come
Yeah,
on,
right.
man.
You're on the verge.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. Fact Cap is brought to you by this man right here, Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but family always comes first. 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. That number one more time, 213-747-2000 and normandlegal.com.
You can call Joe and literally imagine in your mind, if you're watching on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, that he's wearing this amazing suit in the office. But we've got the All-Star Friday night coming up, a tradition unlike any other, a summertime tradition unlike any other. Friday night, July 11th, in West Covina at the West Covina Sportsplex. Last year, we did the listener game. It was the COT versus the Mafia. I don't know for sure if those things exist. So we're coming up still. I should say, if they still exist. They're still there, but they've all become like, they've all have splinter groups within it. I don't know what's
Factions.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to figure out how we do all this. But we are going to do another listener game this year at All-Star Friday night, and it is sponsored by this man right here, the great Joseph S. Normand. Shake my hand.
Outstanding.
Thank you for sponsoring the listener game. Let's just say it's COT versus Mafia for another year. We'll figure out how we sign up everybody up over the next few weeks, but thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting another signature event. Of course, last year you were part of the Mandy's. You gave me the robe. We danced on stage. I think we did other things that I don't remember anyway. Hence the sobriety now for me. But nevertheless, thank you for your support, my friend, always of this radio station and our fun and frivolity and the funny games department. All-Star Friday night is going to be amazing, and in part thanks to you in the law offices of Joseph S. Normand.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm proud to be part of it.
Are you going to throw first pitch?
Absolutely.
Are you going to wear like a manager's outfit?
Absolutely.
Will you be enjoying cocktails that night?
Absolutely.
There we go. Exactly right.
Come on over
Chris,
here, Joe.
I got to drink your shirt as well.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. Joseph now needs to drink for two.
A
For me.
baseball-themed suit.
We'll find something to do.
All-Star Friday night. We can't wait. Friday, July 11th, West Covina Sportsplex. We're doing it again, and I think this is year number 4, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, year number 4. How the time flies. when
What's
you're
your
having
record
fun.
in the game, DeMarco, in the first 3?
I think I've only won once.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm one
win.
I'm 1 and 2.
Well, play the drop of the year 1.
The year 1, this was the big one, and yes, I'm trying to vamp. There it is.
Does Travis go deep? Travis goes deep!
Now, this year, the broadcasting team's going to be a little different.
Oh, yeah? Who's doing it?
Well, because Pepe's got some, I don't care. We will still have Michael Thompson. But how about also on the play-by-play, Mike Trudell?
Oh, nice.
So a
Wow.
reunion of Thompson and Trudell
Wow.
along with me. Mike Trudell and Michael Thompson reuniting for the play-by-play on YouTube.
Speaking
Will he
of
drop it
play-by-play.
again?
Trudell?
Yeah.
Did he drop it last year?
Yeah, no. He had that social media clip. that
Oh,
went
you
out.
mean when
Yeah.
he did this?
A squat, a deep squat.
Did you see that on social media, Trav?
I didn't.
Can you do a deep squat like that?
Yeah.
This is why you need to be more on social media. If you didn't see
To
that.
do a deep squat?
No, just see Trudell's. Literally. Trudell fills out his trousers. You know what I'm saying?
Trudell's a very fit guy.
But he
And
also
he was wearing his
fill-
bike shorts.
Yeah, they were like basketball shorts.
Just a squat?
But he filled it out very much.
Yeah, I can do a squat.
Yeah, but he fills it out. You get what I'm saying?
No.
I'll show you at All-Star Friday night.
Please don't.
Joe,
Please
do you
don't.
fill out the trousers like that? I think you do. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Austin Reeves is the next Jalen Brunson. Let's hope not. That's coming up next. It's Trav DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
And then Beto said, like, how much nicer it is now than the old days, like, culture-wise.
Yeah, I agree with him.
And gave me a lot of credit, and Greg and stuff.
I agree with
talked
him.
about how in the old days you weren't a great locker room guy.
Let me see.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, really.
Not since I've been here.
Yeah. Beto really.
I don't even think we were in this building when
No,
that
he was talking about the La Cienega days.
Yeah,
When
it was
Mace-
La Cienega. That
when
was
Mace
a dark
real
place.
tough. Yeah,
That was a
wearing
really.
glasses like
You'd
you
wear
do.
sunglasses.
It was
in.
dark rooms. Joe McDonough was there. It was
Joe
dark.
liked to work
He
with all the
worked
lights
in the
on.
dark, and it was very.
And he
kind
was,
of-
and that's why Beto didn't want to come back, specifically because of having to work with you again.
Oh, really? Well, now he's back and he's happy.
And well, he says now
I've evolved.
that you're a better locker room guy.
I am. I am the ultimate locker room.
And I think we should talk about it at Super Cross Talk
Ultimate
at
locker
3
room
o'clock
guy.
today.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. And for a limited time, Next Gen is offering $500 off any whole home water purification system. You may not know it, but our water here in SoCal contains pesticides, lead, forever chemicals, chlorine, and more. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, JOEQ, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
10:52 on a live imaging Tuesday. DeMarco is grinding, and I'm kind of into it. Travis and DeMarco show. You want to stand up and do that with me? Well, I'll do it with you. Let's go.
No, see, here's the thing. I am the world's greatest chair dancer. Once I stand up, it's bad. Once I stand up, I can't do it. I'm a chair guy.
Get up.
You got a chair. You might be standing. Come on. I can't do it.
When you see where those I'm back in, 'cause I'm young.
You're just watching. He's
Checking
just
it out.
watching.
Social media team in the back, you know what to do.
Yes.
You
Two
know what
questions.
to do on that.
How do you think Luka feels about Bronny, Travis?
Is Luke on Ozempic? Did we figure that out yet?
No, he looks good, though.
Face doesn't look Ozempic-y.
Drawn in,
Yeah,
and
like
skinny.
there's a very clear Ozempic face that comes along with
Yeah,
it,
you
and
can
he
tell.
does not have that.
He looks like he's getting in shape or maybe eating better. Kind of like
hopefully both.
Chris,
Yeah.
like you're eating
but
better.
I almost died. 10:53.
Well, he almost died too, I guess.
No,
he died
no,
a basketball death.
Well, yeah, but we all kind of knew that was coming.
I mean, kind of the same thing, but he looks like he's getting in shape. I wonder how he feels about Bronny. That's the other talk about the Lakers is Bronny is going to have a roster spot and he is going to
Gave
play.
him a multiple-year deal.
He did develop. He did get better.
Sure.
He did. From October to April, you have to give it to him for the 55th pick in the draft. If his name wasn't Bronny James, you'd say that kid got better.
Well, if his name wasn't Bronny James, he wouldn't be on the team.
Exactly.
Okay, that too. But
Are you doing he scored 39 points in a G League game?
55th pick. There's no expectation, but he did get better from start to finish. So they are saying he's going to get probably 15 minutes.
Who's they?
Just basketball people around the Lakers. Like Bronny James is going to be counted
Then they're
on.
screwed.
Right. I wonder how Luka feels about it.
Yeah. Look, if that, I'm glad we got there.
Yeah.
Because if that's their solution to their issues, they need to become a little more athletic. They need to be better defensively. They need to get a little bigger. They need to shoot the three-point shot better.
Yeah.
He didn't fix any of those problems.
No, but he
and so if
he's
they're
an okay
going to
perimeter
Luka,
defender, and he can shoot a little bit.
he will not change one single outcome of where they were
No,
to where they want to go.
that's what I'm saying.
So
I'm not expecting him
if that's
to.
their if Luka's looking at him like, hey, we got these problems, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, Bronny will be playing 15 minutes a game. Then he's like looking at him like they're insane.
Well, depending on what you do, and that's the other thing about Jalen Brunson and Austin Reeves. Do you remember Jalen Brunson in Dallas?
Barely.
You know how good he was in Luka's absence in the playoffs versus the Warriors?
Yep.
The dude was good. That's how he got to New York. As soon as he got to New York, they handed him like $100 million. So they knew.
They did.
Yeah, they knew.
They did.
And I think Dallas kind of knew what he could be, or maybe it just didn't fit with Luka.
Maybe, or maybe they just got it wrong, because if they knew Jalen Brunson was Jalen Brunson, I don't think you ever let him go. He's too good.
Or maybe he couldn't be Brunson with that team.
Perhaps.
When you watch the Oklahoma City Thunder, by the way,
yes.
Thunder Pacers NBA Finals Game 1 Thursday, when you watch them, Do you really believe the Lakers are anywhere on the same universe?
No.
Well, that's not getting fixed with Bronny James.
No. This is just 15 minutes, end of the bench type guy. I just brought that up to wonder what Luka would say about Bronny. I wonder how he feels about that whole sideshow with Bronny. But to Bronny's credit, he did get better. And I'm not expecting him much. And if you want to chip in a couple of minutes a night, then so be it. I think he's earned that. But the original point was, I think Austin Reeves, I would be willing to.
But he's gone.
I would be willing to risk him turning into Jalen Brunson somewhere else to get a big, is what I'm trying to say.
If it turns out, like let's say that the scenarios play out identically, that Reeves leaves and becomes the next Jalen Brunson somewhere else.
Right.
But keep in mind what happened to Dallas, and I don't know if 1 + 1 = 2 here, but even with Jalen Brunson somewhere else, the Mavericks went to the finals.
Yes.
The Mavericks had a good run last year.
We're speaking the same language.
That if the result is the Lakers get significantly better because Austin Reeves left and what came in elevates their floor, then that's the price of doing business.
Yes.
What the scary part would be he leaves, becomes Jalen Brunson, who's a top 15 NBA player, and you are exactly where you were before. That's the nightmare.
You got to make the move, and you got to get better. But I am willing to risk that, and I doubt highly that he turns into Jalen Brunson. I think anywhere he goes, he's a role player.
All of that.
Yeah,
I think he's in that strata of whatever's between star and role player.
Fair enough.
He's somewhere between.
And he's
going to
bounce back and forth between, depending on matchup.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be willing to.
I don't think his ceiling is Brunson.
No,
I don't think Brunson is a borderline MVP candidate.
Right. But if Dallas knew what they had, they would never have traded him.
I don't think so either.
I wonder at some point would they say the same thing about him, maybe. But I'd be willing, like I said, to make that bet. I doubt that happens. I really do.
But you almost have to try it.
Yeah, and the other point is, I know some Laker fans are like, you're giving up a 30 you're scoring. I think you'd find a way to generate that. Between LeBron and Luka, you can make that up and someone else.
I think LeBron and Luka get a lot better too.
Yes.
If you're better around the rim, if you're better at other things. Like Reeves can score for sure.
Totally agree.
But
yes.
those other things will push that floor up.
No doubt. But I think you guys should really get used to the idea that Bronny's going to play more minutes. And Bronny's going to factor into wins and losses. He is really going to help.
Well, one of those two.
Wait, he did get better.
He'll
That's not
factor into
fair.
one of those two.
He did get better defensively on the perimeter. He did get better shooting the ball.
But
from October to April.
That is the equivalent of
You're
saying
sipping the Kool-Aid, baby.
I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid.
That is like, well, Ben Kasparius is better than he was a year ago, so look out.
Well, I'm
it's
not
like
saying
he
the guy's
he's
gonna
better.
Start and be all NBA.
He's better, but that's not the solution to whatever's ailing you.
I meant any second rounder that you picked. And you give him a year to develop those type of minutes.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's going to come in and be a star. Get used to the fact that Bronny James is going to play some minutes for you.
He played this year. We had to get used to it.
Right,
and it was highly entertaining.
Well, depending on your perspective.
The day of or the day after. Both were fun.
That last game, the one game he started.
He had a game where he scored 20?
Yeah.
I thought it was a bigger one. Maybe that was South where he scored 37.
That was in the G.
That was South. Okay.
But no, he had an NBA game where he scored, I think it was maybe been like 22 or 4, something like that. He had a good game, but
their problem isn't Bronny James.
No, it's
no. Your problem is you got to get some help for
Luka.
Luka.
And the bigs that are available aren't going to be earth-shattering either.
No,
so here's the
thing.
I
think you need 2 bigs that block shots and catch lobs. That's all you need, and you'll be fine.
Do you get a Jared Allen type whose name pops up a lot, or do you go probably the next tier below, which is more of a Steven Adams type?
I would love Steven Adams.
Yeah.
I love his game. I love what he brings. He's kind of an enforcer type.
And
I feel like I'm in Moneyball and I'm Brad Pitt, where all those scouts are telling me the problems, and I'm just like, no, the problem is, Braun is old and Luka's out of shape. That's the problem.
There's 50 feet of crap,
exactly.
And then there's us.
That's the problem.
He can't get around that. You do have an aging star.
Now, if Luka changes and he's in shape in the fourth quarter of every game, everything changes. If LeBron somehow stays injury-free yet again at a year older with more miles on him, okay, maybe we're talking about something, but that's still the issue.
The number one issue is Luka and his conditioning.
Yes.
That's why J.J. Redick opened his post-game press conference with the very first words out of his mouth were, we need to get in championship caliber condition.
Seems like
it was the very first thing he said.
Seems like Luka hurt him.
Good. I hope so. But until we see it, I'm just going to assume it's a variable.
No, but I mean, that's the way you want to see him look after your head coach makes that comment.
The other thing you said, Chris, yes, but no. yes, he's old, but he was not the reason they didn't advance. He was one of the few guys there that was still playing pretty well at the end of the line.
But he can't play. We know he can't play defense.
He
at that
can't
level.
dominate.
But that's why you got to fix all those things.
He can't dominate.
He can't dominate at the end anymore.
He can't. He can't do what he used to do. He can dominate in bits and fits and starts.
Sure.
But he's never going to play defense.
No.
He's never going to be that. So you're going to have to fix all of those other things. But to say that he's the problem, that's only half the story.
Did you say problem?
I think he's.
Oh,
I think his age is an issue.
It's an
When
issue.
you talk about
It's an
being
issue.
a championship
It's an
level
issue.
team.
An aging
it is.
superstar is an issue. LeBron James is an issue, but he's not the reason you lost.
Luka can get fit, championship level fit, to steal J.J. Redick's words. All of these other things become more manageable problems.
I totally agree. And if I had to part with Rui as well, I'd be okay with that too.
Look, there's no one other than Luka that's off limits.
Yes.
What's the problem?
There's no one other than Luka.
But like I said, I would be willing to risk those other guys becoming stars like a Brunson to get help here. But I doubt that happens.
You got to go shopping a little bit this offseason, much like the Rams did with Devontae Adams. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Hey guys, double down with me, Cappy, at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at espnla.com.
June gloom? Pfft, my tan and these sunglasses say it's June glam. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Morongo pays you more. Our table games progressive jackpots are over $750,000.
Number 2.
Billy Gardell, live July 12th. Get tickets now.
And the number 1 reason.
Flamingo Fridays are back. Live DJs, drink specials, and lazy river pool fun at SoCal's best nighttime pool party.
Morongo, good times.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Let's see. Touch. I know what to do with the light on. Hold on. Keep the lights on.
11:03.
Right with my next in my bed. Touch.
On Travis and Marco Show, a live Imaging Tuesday. These chairs are lower than usual, right?
A little bit.
I don't know how to adjust them.
I can chair dance. I can't dance, period.
No, we proved that earlier. But
see?
do you know how to adjust these new chairs? I don't know how.
I thought it was a knob, isn't it?
Oh, it's a
Somewhere
knob?
there? I think so.
It's on your right hand side at the bottom.
Yeah. There's a couple of different ones back there. Be careful.
The flat side.
I'd do it during the break
the
if I
flat
were
side
you.
of the knob.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Look at you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, you got
Now
hydraulics.
you're tall over
Up high?
video.
There you go.
Oh, thank you for help with the knob,
There you go.
Jorge. Where's Trav? Is he in the bathroom?
He said he was going to the bathroom. I told him I was going Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is.
I don't know what that means.
He would have a contest. Who can hold it the
When he
longest?
hold what? Oh.
Yeah. So Travis is like
When he's chewing on that gum on the sideline?
Right. He might be. He should be running back in soon. Yeah. There
Now,
we
I
go.
want to have this conversation.
Is his phone there? Did he lose? Did he not bring his phone?
Oh
with
my
him?
God! You might be right.
No, I don't see his phone.
Okay.
Well, I hope he brought it.
He did that last week, didn't he?
Oh, there he
There he
is.
is. Okay.
No. Okay.
See, you okay?
Well, I don't want to get into a topic because Travis teased something, and I don't remember what he teased.
Oh.
Plus, I want to ask him a very important question, which we're going to
Yeah.
as soon as he sits down.
We were
Now
worried
I
about
feel
you,
like
Travis.
Now I feel like I'm too high.
No, you're good.
No, but now the mic isn't going to go
We
higher.
thought you didn't have your phone again.
Can you take me higher, as the great Creed once said.
The great Creed.
I love Creed.
Do you really?
When you almost die, 11:05. Higher by Creed really cuts through.
Okay.
It changes? That song
To
changes
a
for
place
you?
where a blind man could see in golden streams.
I think I was just over that style of rock by then. Yeah.
Divorced dad rock.
Is that what it is?
It's
Divorced
kind-
dad
yeah.
rock?
It is.
Okay.
So they're performing right here.
And that style of singing.
But they're performing at like the 90s tour. But
State
it's-
fairs.
No, it's like a 90s tour that they're doing across the country. But the place that they're doing in Palm Springs in August is outside.
Oh, get out.
And I don't think I will do well with that crowd.
I was in Palm
What?
Springs 2 weekends ago,
Yeah.
and that's the last weekend you're allowed to be outside in Palm Springs.
No, absolutely.
Until Thanksgiving.
scalding.
It's unlivable.
Yeah.
It's 150 degrees outside.
And they're doing a concert?
Yeah.
An outdoor show.
Outdoor. Good luck. Okay. Have
Meanwhile,
Gatorade.
before we get to what we teased,
yes,
tell me about the fountain.
It's
So you've
more
been
than
to my
fountain.
home.
Many times.
Yes.
I haven't gotten an invite recently since I became a heart patient.
Haven't
but-
had any events.
But, you know, what are you going to do?
11:06.
So you know where you kind of pull into the neighborhood?
Yeah. Well, Corey and I know well. We've taken that turn.
You know that
quickly.
park.
Yeah.
There's a
So
park.
right by the
Yeah,
park,
yeah.
there's that entrance to the neighborhood that has that fountain.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever noticed it?
Before the
Okay.
gates and the security
There's
guard
no
checked it.
gates. So no, we're gonna tell the truth. There's
the
no
armed guard?
gates. There's no gates. There is a fountain that is maybe, I don't know, at its deepest point, maybe 1.5 feet deep, but
Okay.
it's wide.
Okay. It's a wide fountain.
It's a wide, shallow fountain that has been broken under construction for 5 years.
Okay.
It has grown weeds. It is surrounded by an orange netting construction fence.
And this really pisses off you rich people, right?
No, that's not the point.
Oh.
The point is they finally, after 5 years,
He's wrapping up.
hung a banner.
Who?
The HOA
The
people
HOA.
Oh, okay.
hung a banner
Who are in
from
the
the
right.
front of the neighborhood congratulating themselves on, we're going to finally fix the fountain. It's not fixed, but they're going to finally fix it. Now, keep in mind, they've collected every penny every month from every HOA on every house in that entire neighborhood for 5 years.
Right.
And gone through and said, you have a crack in your driveway. You have a dent in your door. You left your basketball hoop out overnight.
Roger's
You've got
family,
this,
why
that,
are you
or that.
having Jorge Briones visit?
All of these things for 5 years. You can't go, you leave something out, boom, letter in your
Right.
mailbox.
Right.
But for 5 years, they've got the biggest eyesore, and you can't miss it. There's no way to get into the neighborhood without going through it.
Yes.
Well, once
And
you
they-
get past the security guard, it's right there.
They hang a damn banner
He hates the
congratulating themselves on it.
you
Allow
are really
what-
fired up.
It's
Allow
so
one-
stupid.
one
Just
retort.
fix the damn thing.
I feel like we should rack you.
Dents in your garage door and cracks are easy to fix. That's a big fountain.
DeMarco,
You may have
5 years?
that seems long, but you may have to have a
5
few meetings.
5 years.
It's not
if
that.
it were 5 months,
Yeah.
I would not be as
but
upset
you're not
as I
worried
am.
about the 5. It's the banner that gets you.
The banner
It's
really got
the
him.
banner
It's the
gets
two
you.
things that
Yeah.
go together. It's them congratulating themselves on doing something that they were supposed to do 5 years ago
Right.
with my money.
Well, it's not just your money.
That's what. But it's all of our money. And if you live in that neighborhood, it's our money. And they will squeeze you for the most stupid garbage. But hey, look, we've decided to finally maybe start doing something
After
on
5
this.
years, if you finally come to a decision, I'd be happy to. I might be the guy
Just-
that says, let's make a banner.
I don't say I want.
Let's
I
tell
don't,
the neighborhood they're going to be happy.
No.
The
You know how
fountain's
you
gonna
tell
fix.
the neighborhood?
Yeah.
The fountain is full of water. The fountain is squirting water into the air. When I pull into
Yeah.
my neighborhood, I go, oh, fountain's fixed. And I go, about time. It's been 5
There you
years.
go.
You don't
Okay.
go, oh, hey, let's put a. By the way, there's two. There's a smaller one that's harder to see, but there's one you can't miss. Congratulations to us on fixing the fountain.
This is like when Bush did the mission accomplished.
That's exactly what I
he
said.
5 years too early?
That's exactly what I said. I'm like, hey, it's not accomplished. It's not over. Why are you here? And why are you congratulating yourself on something that had barely even started?
Well, we didn't know it. Well, some people knew,
Yes.
but
It's insane.
Oh.
5 years to turn on the hose.
Yes.
Leave it over the edge. Fill it up.
Is Susan as outraged? Susan!
So this is why I feel very comfortable in my outrage, because it's not just Susan, but other people in my community who are very mild-mannered, who are slow to get frustrated over things. I am quick to get frustrated over things.
Clearly.
So, but other people that are not like that are like, that's ridiculous.
Are behind you.
That thing
Seconding.
there's no
Yes.
no way it should have taken 5 years, and B, no way you can. And oh, by the way, it's not like they turned on the water and the water's flowing and then they hung the banner. There's still a giant concrete pit with weeds in it.
Make sure you take a picture of this banner. I need to see this banner tomorrow.
It's unbelievable.
Are we going to talk about what you just sent me?
We can if you want to.
I need
It's
to send
amazing.
this.
Let's
tease it.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it at in the 15 segment because it's amazing. It's going to play well with the Cappy and Morales crowd.
I sent it to Lindsay.
So, Trav.
Yes.
I sound very hollow today. I don't know why. What's going on over there? It's not your fault, Jorge. It's something in the wiring. Shocking. Anyway, that's how I get about our engineering issues. I get fired up like that.
We all have our thing.
Yeah.
Fountains in engineering.
Yeah, exactly.
But will the engineers hang a banner when
banner.
they fix the mics?
They actually did. They thought when
No, stop. The fountain's not fixed. They just announced that they're going to fix it. It would be like if they put a banner in here today say,
That's
we
the
will
issue right
fix
there.
the mics, but they're not fixed.
That's the issue.
Our corporate engineer said to me on a call recently, "Oh, when we didn't hear from you, we thought everything was good." I said, "No, I was in the hospital dying, 11/11." And you can imagine how annoyed I was then. And now I've taken it out in several emails.
Stupid.
Wow.
But they haven't hung a banner. Maybe they will.
Why not? And by the way, I'm sure my money bought that banner too.
I'm sure it did.
See, that's what really
and you're
grinds
gonna
your
be
gears
so
is-
happy.
is the money.
It's the money after the balls to hang the banner.
Yeah.
just the I don't know.
You said the
I
heck
don't
with
know
it.
how else to say it.
You're right.
Just
That's the gall.
The gall.
The gall.
To say, hey, yo. You know that thing that
Temerity.
you pay me to do that I haven't done for 5 years?
I'm about to do it.
I might get to it in a few months.
I'm starting to see your point.
I
Yes.
I might
Yes.
get to it in a few
This
months.
is old school Travis.
I'm starting to
I
see
feel
your
like you're
point.
about to do the master's voice.
How do you get to the point where you're congratulating yourself for doing the thing you're supposed to
Wow.
do, only you actually haven't done it?
What's the master's voice?
Billy?
Do it again.
I'm just saying it's peak Travis Rogers.
Do it again. Do the master's voice.
Do it.
I quite frankly, I can't do
can't do
Billy
it right
Payne
now?
right now
Okay.
because I'm a little perturbed, a little frustrated.
So it's Foghorn Leghorn.
My angst is elevated,
Your
Mr.
angst
Fogg.
is elevated. I got
But
you.
you got to understand, when this first debuted, we
Yeah.
were working together in Houston, and that year there was a particular amateur that couldn't speak English. So that really, and Travis
yeah.
impersonated both sides of that conversation, and it was legendary.
Who was the
I
amateur?
don't think I did the amateur.
No, you did. That's why we can't play it on radio anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was the
Oh,
amateur?
I take that back. Yeah,
That couldn't speak
I
English?
don't remember, but
Oh.
I feel like I don't. I would
You
not have
did
done
Jim
that.
Nance.
Oh, I'd do Jim Nance right now. Hello, Billy.
You did Billy,
Dude.
and then you did the amateur.
I don't remember that part, but if you say that I did, I'll take
Do
you
you
at
know
your
who
word.
he's talking about?
No, well, I have a vague recollection
Okay.
of who it might be.
All right.
But I don't remember doing the voice. But I do. Hello, friends.
Hello. That sounds scary.
GM, why don't you come in here and ask this young man some golfing questions?
And then it was,
And then Jim comes like, all of a sudden he appears like Homer Simpson out of the hedge.
Oh my God.
And he's like, hello, Billy.
and the amateur couldn't speak English.
Oh.
Very well.
Yes.
And Travis impersonated that part.
You did
too.
both.
If Chris
Okay.
says so,
And
maybe
then
I
he
did.
did a whole phone bit about the hotline because that was the year that they reported
Somebody put
Travis.
a towel down.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
what? No, not they reported Tiger, not Travis. Remember that year?
Somebody
Put
there
a
was
towel down?
There was a weird rules thing where you can't use a towel, and Tiger. It was something
So
stupid.
he did a whole thing about welcome
Somebody
to Augusta
called in.
National.
If you
have
would
some
like to
golfing
call
complaints-
and report a rules violation on Mr. Woods, press 1.
If you're a woman or any minority, just go ahead and hang
Just
up.
hang up.
Oh my God. No
Because
way.
we don't care what
No.
you have to say.
No way.
Well, this
Oh
was
my
before
goodness.
I don't want to say
I got you.
found religion,
Yes.
but before they changed some of the rules.
God.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. We've got a great story that Emily just
Hello,
texted
Billy.
me. We're going to do that in just a few moments. Also, tomorrow we've got a very special 9 a.m. hour. It's going to be a 7-10 best of because we're all going to be in this company-wide meeting.
Oh, that's right.
And I was actually going to do like Sedano and Cap because when we have that 6 o'clock hour, I do Travis and DeMarco in the afternoon. So I was going to say let's cross-pollinate a little bit. But after this segment, we just might loop this 3 times.
A couple.
Honestly, it was amazing.
Thank you. Do you know a high school senior
Oh, my
who's a
God.
leader, a scholar, and an athlete? Well, if so, you should nominate them for the ESPN LA All-Star Student. Good with them books. Presented by my friends at Rotolo Chevrolet. 5 winners. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $500 scholarship. VIP treatment at All-Star Friday night. Nominate your student today. Well, ESPNLA.com. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 dealer in the West region. California, 13 years in a row. Come see what all the fun's about. Chris's text from Emily next. You have Highlands, DeMarco.
Yes, I do.
You,
And I
DeMarco,
have
Mr. Farr,
Will
have
you stop?
Highlands.
I have chafing, too. I'm not... See, I am not ashamed to say it. I can say it in front of you. Back in the playing days or even out for my morning walks, chafing is real, guys. And look, I don't need a lesson on how to prevent it. I need to know what to do right now. That's why I keep Highlands Chafing Relief close to me and on deck at all times. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. If you're already dealing with chafing, trust me, you're not alone. Highlands Chafing Relief works fast and gets you back to feeling good, running, riding, hiking, working outside, working on a fountain, who knows, or just trying to survive the LA heat wave. Highlands has your back and your thighs and your arms. You know what I mean. Chafing shouldn't stop you from doing what you love or what needs to be done as of right now. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief.
Fountain.
There you go. Highlands Chafing Relief, and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-00 1291. GEAR-00 1292. GEAR-00 1298. BSIS license number 1358.
Mason and Ireland.
I'm a big card counter.
Are you really?
Yeah, this is a beautiful mind. I can keep track of everything.
Cappy at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
On FX, all episodes streaming on Hulu.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a gift from the Home Depot. Because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. Upgrade his gear this Father's Day with the Husky Mechanics 270-piece tool set from the Home Depot. Now on special buy for $119, a $695 value. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
Oh, Gizmo's getting ready to fly. We're watching on Channel 7 the big, they might be, but they are big, the bald eagles.
The eaglets.
Sunny took off already, but Gizmo's getting ready to fly.
I didn't know the names.
Well, they have the names on the television.
Oh,
That's
well,
how I
can't say I have something
It is
else.
the Travis and Marco show on a live imaging Tuesday, 11:19 in the Southland. You calm down a little bit?
No.
You're really
okay.
ramped up about this song.
It bothers me. It genuinely bothers me that someone would have the you know what?
Temerity.
The temerity. Thank you, DeMarco. The temerity to say, hey, we're going to maybe get to that thing that we said we'd get to 5 years ago. Maybe. But in the meantime, check out us congratulating ourselves.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
That would make me mad.
What was the text?
We're going to get to it now. I got a text from Emily just a few moments ago, and it's right up Cappy and I's alley because of the nature of the documentary. Em, why don't you tell us about it?
This is a tweet from Matt Bellany, and it's a email he received in terms of promo of a new Netflix documentary. And here's the title of the documentary: Trainwreck Poop Cruise.
Bam!
It's coming out on June 24th, and here's the synopsis of Trainwreck Poop Cruise.
Bam!
It was supposed to be a luxury cruise, a 4-day round trip from Galveston to Cozumel, Mexico.
You got that right,
Have you
by
ever
the
been to
way.
Galveston?
Oh, my
that
go.
dirty
goodness.
waters.
Don't go.
Wow.
But for the 4,000 passengers and crew on board, the reality proves catastrophically different. After an engine room fire destroys electrical cables supplying the entire ship, the boat is left drifting with no power for propulsion, refrigeration, lighting, air conditioning, or, worst of all, flushing toilets.
Oh.
Soon, raw sewage leaks out all over the ship, food supplies start dwindling, and passengers begin to revolt. As the cruise company races to control the fallout, a media frenzy ensues. Soon, everyone is talking about the Poop Cruise, coming to Netflix on June 24th.
Do we have any cruise partners?
No.
That's every cruise.
Well, I don't think they all become poop
Not
cruises.
literally.
Did you watch the Love Boat? They didn't have that kind of stuff.
That I have heard. You're either a cruise person or you're not.
Did you watch the Love Boat yet, Emily?
If
Why
if you
would I?
are a
Because I
cruise
need you
person,
to.
you like cruises.
Yeah.
If you are not a cruise person, this is every experience you've ever had, where people get sick, the toilets don't work, the
I've
food
been on
makes
3
you sick.
cruises, had a great time.
Then you're
3
a cruise
times,
person.
3 for 3. Yeah.
It-
Saw whales.
I've heard so many stories about that are stomach ailment related.
Oh.
That are rotavirus
Yes.
I don't
related.
know why you're looking at me. I'm not the doctor.
No, it is not uncommon to have a boat cruise gone
This is really
haywire.
going to be a
with
show
poop.
about a poop cruise.
It's a documentary.
A documentary.
That's coming out on June
that's
24th on
disgusting.
Netflix of poop just leaking
It's like the Oakland
around.
A's Stadium.
And imagine these poor people, these lovely citizens of Galveston, Texas, trying to get to
What's wrong
Cozumel,
with
Mexico.
Galveston?
Well, if you go in the
Oh, really?
water in Galveston,
Which way?
It's kind of like going in the water in Springfield of The Simpsons.
Oh,
You're gonna walk
okay.
out like that. Or what happened in RoboCop, where the guy got
Look
in
at the waist.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Help
Yeah.
me, man! Help me!
Yeah.
It's choppy and brown and smelly.
Okay.
And
all right.
Charles Barkley likes to say, "Oh, I'm not. You guys are not going to go to Mexico. You're going to Galveston, the dirty water down Galveston."
Which part of Texas is Galveston? Where's
It's down in the Gulf.
It's dead. It's
Oh.
directly south of Houston.
Yeah. Okay.
It's right on the Gulf south of Houston.
It's tough. Not a great
Ugh,
place.
poop cruise.
Yeah.
I think I might skip that one.
By the way, there's another great documentary out on Max. HBO Max now, technically.
Yes,
right,
now
right,
it
right.
is.
Is about the Ocean Gate thing.
Ocean Gate. Which one's Ocean
That
Gate?
was with the
submarine that
the
got
submarine.
squished.
Oh God! I just saw like they had the wife on there. She heard it collapse.
No, she didn't hear it collapse.
I thought she did.
No, they hear it collapse.
I think
It's not the wife. I just watched it yesterday.
Oh,
It's not
okay,
the wife.
yeah.
But it's
Ooh.
an amazing documentary, and what's really amazing, not that this is surprising, because it then inspired me to watch the Elizabeth Moss. Is it Moss? No, Holmes. Elizabeth
Oh,
Holmes.
heck yes.
Yes.
That is my special interest.
Because it's the same thing of an owner who was so bent on making it happen that they put tons of lives at risk and they didn't care. And they couldn't. I mean, this guy
Yeah.
literally committed suicide because he was in it
Yeah.
when it was imploded. But it's like, how many warning shots did you need to realize this isn't going to work, brother?
It
says every head coach that gets fired.
Well,
This
okay,
ain't gonna work, man.
But that's not life and death.
No,
exactly.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm not a submarine engineer. I am not anything. I don't know anything about anything. But I do know this. If your craft that is going to the bottom of the ocean,
The hull, as they call it.
the hull, is controlled with an Xbox controller,
That's not good.
your craft sucks.
That's not good.
That if your captain did not serve as a nuclear submarine captain in the United States Navy for 30 years, you've got the wrong captain.
Yes.
And that guy's not getting in there with something that you play Pac-Man with.
No.
Like this is one of those. Like you got in the. Wait, you're going to go to the bottom of the ocean? Yeah, I'm a billionaire. I want to go. Okay, cool. I get in the craft. Is that what we're calling it? Hull. I get in the hull. Where's the steering wheel? Oh, it's. We're just going to do it. We're just going to do it with this.
You just.
Well, that's
sat
an
on it.
Xbox controller. And by the way, I'm not making that up. That's what it is.
Talked about, yeah.
Get out.
And, yeah, I'm out. What do you mean you're out? There's no
I'm
way.
out of here. Open the door.
They didn't think about a way in which to get out of it either. So
No,
like there was
yeah.
no way to escape, even if they wanted to. At a certain.
What was the point
Didn't
of
they
the
close the
mission?
door
To
with
go
like
to
a
see the
socket?
Titanic.
That was the point of the mission?
Yeah,
But there are missions to see Titanic that do not end in catastrophe. Like
Yeah.
James
Right.
Cameron, who is a director who Terminator and Avatar, etc. Titanic. He is an avid oceanographer.
Diver.
He
Yeah.
goes down and sees Titanic regularly, and so there's ways in which to do it. But this is not.
This wasn't the way.
Clearly.
The funny thing is, they got there many times close, like within 500 feet. And there was a lot of warning signs, and he was told, the owner, this is not good, you've got a big issue. And he didn't care. And a lot of it alludes to, was he committing suicide because he knew he would end up like Elizabeth Holmes in jail for fraud at some point.
Oh.
So why don't we just end it the easiest way, which they do say is
How many people were in the hole?
5, I believe. But 2 people that were not involved. They were 2 people that paid, a father and son. And that's the wife you see, because it was her husband and her son that died. But they say it is a very peaceful way to go because you wouldn't even. It would just go.
It's instantaneous.
Instant. You wouldn't know.
Just
Boom.
over.
Right.
But think about the anxiety of the 90 minutes leading up to that.
Yeah, but
The
you,
squeaks, yeah.
you and I think you might. I would never in a million trillion years
get in the hull.
Go do that.
Right.
Not that deep.
No. And
I wouldn't want to go see the Titanic, but
I'll
ride
see
a
the
sub.
pictures when you come back and show me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd go under the water and
And
some
it's
sort
funny
of
because
sub.
I watched the Elizabeth Holmes HBO thing. It came out in 2018, I believe. I watched it then, and because I hadn't gone through the health stuff, I didn't really.
11/26.
Thank you. I comprehended it, but very little. Now going through it, I'm like, wait a minute. My first night in ER, they took 5 vials of me, and they took 5 vials for the next 2 weeks. Why would anybody believe this was going to work?
Because they wanted to get rich.
Well, I understand, but all these people, George Schultz, who thought this was brilliant, common sense tells you a drop of blood isn't going to give you the information.
It's a good idea. It would
It's
be
a
lovely
great
if it
idea,
happened.
but it can't happen.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys, so Elizabeth Holmes, she has been talking to Nathan Fielder, who does the rehearsal and everything. I cannot wait for whatever piece of media they do together because Nathan Fielder gets the weirdest things out of the weirdest people possible. Yes.
The last time we talked about Elizabeth Holmes,
Hey,
you
the
were
impersonation.
you were going to workshop a voice.
Yeah, do it.
An important step forward.
Deeper.
Yeah, she's got that deepness.
Yeah, it's deeper.
It's like a Buffalo Bob mixed with Elizabeth
Buffalo
Holmes.
Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Imagine if there was a world where no one had to say goodbye to someone too
there
soon.
you go.
Ooh.
And
Better, deeper.
I'll try.
blink.
I'll keep
Don't
going.
blink.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Holmes?
And she like tightens her mouth in
Yeah.
weird ways
Ooh.
too. Yeah.
She's a monster.
Yes.
Truly a monster.
Yeah. She's a monster.
And her and her husband are now going to do another venture in which they are trying to do the same thing.
My favorite. There's a million parts about the Elizabeth Holmes,
But she's still
story.
in jail, correct?
Yes.
Yes, she's hanging out with Jen Shaw from Real House of Salt Lake City.
The best part of that entire story for people that have not had the opportunity to listen, there's a great podcast on it called Bad Blood by the reporter from the Wall Street Journal who blew the whole thing open. And she's accusing her.
Sonny.
Is it her husband or boyfriend or
boyfriend? They were partners. They lived together.
They're
yeah.
accusing each other of being the ringleader of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they read their love texts to one another, and they're the worst love texts you've ever heard in your
Well,
life.
if you see them both dancing in this documentary,
It's
you realize,
terrific.
yeah, it's not going to be great.
One was like, "You are the sun, and the wind beneath my wings, the sun in my solar system. I wake up every morning, and you're the first thing I think of." And the other one said, "Yeah, great. Back to the project where we have no reciprocation
Well,
at all."
Thanks.
Z's.
Yeah, and there was a thanks in there too.
Eesh.
It's great.
Wow.
More Elizabeth Holmes. Would you like to read the Cappy Blackjack tournament, Chris, or would you like me to do it?
So here's the thing. I was at Park West Bicycle Casino yesterday. I saw the great Paul Kim. PK, as we call him. He's one of the managers there. Here's how you knew it was different. When we pulled up, Tommy Lamb and I, and we got out of the car, guess what you smell? It
What?
smells like Vegas.
Oh.
And I don't mean outside Vegas. It smells like a casino in Vegas. It's literally in the parking lot. It's pumped in. No, not that.
Oh.
I wouldn't even call it perfume, but the
Scent.
The scent.
Yeah.
It to me reminded me of the
ambiance.
MGM in Vegas the minute we pulled up. Because I remember that weekend, and this was many years ago, because all my clothes smelled of it.
Oh, yeah.
Of that scent.
Oh, yeah.
We walk in, and this place is gorgeous. Top shelf. This place felt like Vegas. Park West Bicycle Casino in the city of Bell Gardens. And if you've been there years ago, like 10 years ago, I know what you're thinking. It's completely different. The ownership there has spent millions to change it. This is where we're going to have an event Friday. The Cappy first ever blackjack tournament. You can win $10,000. All you got to do is enter right now at espnla.com, make your RSVP, and come and get some Cappy bucks. And Friday's going to be fun. We're going to be broadcasting live from 3 to 6. Beto Duran, Cappy, myself, producer Lindsay Baseball, the whole mishpucha. Then it's time for some blackjack, sucker.
Nice.
And they've got an amazing hotel that we're all staying at on Friday night. So be part of this in the city of Bell Gardens. Party, party, oh party. Go to espnla.com right now and sign up to join us Friday, this Friday, starting at 3 p.m.
What's your favorite casino game?
Blackjack.
Is it?
It's easy.
Yeah.
Craps. Roulette.
Craps
yeah.
is the one that's just gets
You
the
gonna
whole
hit on
table going.
Anything but poker.
Would you hit on 16?
I would, depending.
Because Cap hit on 18
I
when
saw
the dealer.
that.
Yeah.
Depending.
What did the dealer have?
I don't remember.
That's.
Well, you should never hit on 18.
He's an
That's
idiot.
a mistake. But
So come watch Cap be an idiot, too.
Was it an urban legend? They pumped oxygen into the casinos?
I don't know.
Yes. It's an urban legend.
It is an urban legend.
So it's also a scent, too. To
Yeah.
Make it
so
smell
that would
pretty.
be like a fire hazard, right? Because
No,
isn't
because
oxygen like
when-
highly flammable?
So
when
it's
the
true they did
oxygen
it? Oh.
hits the air, it's something in the,
Yeah.
the chemistry. It's okay. It's kind of like when there's a gas leak in your house. As long as the window's open, the place won't blow
It goes
up.
out. When we hung in Vegas tough, there was oxygen. They would pump in, and there was no clocks.
No,
You had
you're gonna
no
have to
idea
work.
what time it was.
The other
Yeah.
thing that is, until you realize it, it makes you can't see outside.
Right. You don't know what time it is.
Once you're
Yeah.
in there, there's no natural light anywhere.
None. Right.
Yeah.
And the drinks keep coming.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
And by the way, the food there,
Oh,
they had a sushi box that looked just like sugarfish and tasted just like sugarfish.
Really?
Yeah. It was amazing.
Okay.
wow.
I like sugarfish.
I like sugarfish too.
Yeah, big fan.
Yes.
Yeah, that's hard to beat. Devontae Adams, is he going to be the next big thing or the other thing? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Have you ever seen anybody on an airplane vaping? No, I don't think I have.
I have actually.
I have, yeah.
In the
So, like,
bathroom.
yeah. Oh, okay, in the bathroom? Because I was on a plane, and, they obviously tell you can't smoke, you can't vape, blah, blah, blah. So there was this girl.
I love how dismissive you are. That's
Yeah. So there was this girl sitting in the next row from me, and I could see her taking a vape pen and, like, putting it in her shirt,
Yeah.
and then hitting it, and then blowing the smoke down her sweatshirt. But you could see some of the vape
Coming out of her
up,
shirt.
right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't like going to turn her into the flight attendants, because all I was thinking was like, how
Can I
come
get a
she's
hit?
doing that and I can't do it? Right? Can I get? Excuse me. Can I get a hit of that, please?
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, where
Cappy at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at espnla.com.
Relief advocates could reduce or even eliminate your debt. End your tax nightmare today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads.
Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money. So he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start June 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
So because I wasn't here in the first hour, we didn't do Homie Oldies?
Nah.
So we're doing this stuff?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm in an LAFC promo.
This is Freddie Freeman's walk-up song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sometimes
I know
maybe.
we've had some dispute whether or not it is.
11:36
Pretty
on a
sure.
live imaging Tuesday. Travis and Marco show.
He's hitting like 380.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our discussion about can he win MVP.
How great was it to see the ball at Legends Attic on Friday?
That was
Very cool.
awesome.
It was very,
Yes.
very cool.
Did you tell
cool.
Joe Davis some of my my feedback on him?
You did not come up.
I've said it to his face.
Okay.
You guys were like,
What'd you
"Oh,
want to
Joe-
say to him?
Oh, Joe, you're so amazing.
I loved meeting him. I thought it was great.
What'd you want to say to him?
I thought having Rick Monday on was great.
Oh,
Rick
yeah.
Monday
It
was
always
good
flashes me back
Super
to
good.
watching the highlight. I was not live yet, but watching the highlight later of him
flag.
picking
Is
up
there
the
heat
flag.
on Joe Davis? I thought he was.
I have beef.
Oh.
I got beef with him.
You got beef? Okay, he was good. Very good.
I got
Had
beef
fun
with him.
talking to him.
I got beef with
course.
him.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got beef.
I saw. That's all.
What
Are
was
you
your
still mad that I sent DeMarco a text? Good job.
No.
He needs positive feedback.
What was your
Travis.
favorite offseason trade in the NFL? Do you remember any?
Well, I have it at the front of my mind. You'd have to refresh my memory on some of the other ones, but I don't know if anybody
In
did better than
particular,
Devontae Adams.
Geno Smith going to the Raiders.
That's a good one.
That's what I
DK
thought.
Metcalf's a good one.
So this website I go to sometimes has they graded it a D for the Raiders, A for the Seahawks.
D for the Raiders.
Yes.
Oh, no. It's not a D for the Raiders.
Not a D, but it's
That's
like a
what I
C+.
thought. Yeah, I think you're
B-.
devaluing or
I'm gonna be
undervaluing
like
Geno Smith.
AJ Soprano's teacher. I'm gonna grade
Yeah.
him easy.
Yes.
B
You're gonna
minus.
hook up with Carmelo?
B minus. DK Metcalf going to the Steelers I thought was huge, and I do not.
That would be huger once we're confirmed that Aaron Rodgers is going to be there.
True.
Because if it's
I'm
Mason
assuming that.
Rudolph chucking him passes, it doesn't matter.
But either one, he's going to help whatever quarterback's there. The guy's a big target. And the other one, I thought Pickens going to Dallas was a pretty good move by Dallas for
The
a third
actor
rounder.
who was AJ's teacher, he became a giant star after that episode.
Who is
No,
What
before
movie
that.
was he? No, I thought
Yeah,
the movie
no,
happened
no.
after where he played. I can't remember the movie.
Before that, it's he's famous. Guy's super famous.
He was in that movie where he played
Oh, that's going to bother me.
good.
I don't know.
I can't think of the movie. I won like an Academy Award that year.
I watched that episode yesterday, and I
But
did not
first he
clock
was
him.
AJ's
He
teacher.
played the abusive husband in that Misery? Not Misery. Dolores Claiborne.
No, I'm thinking of a different movie.
Okay,
You're thinking of
I
a
don't
different guy.
know
Okay.
that one.
That
well
guy. He
either.
was famous before.
Like Good Night and Good Luck. Wasn't he in that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but he was famous before that.
I don't think he was famous.
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh, I
he was
don't
an
think-
actor. Yeah, he's,
No, but
he's
then
an
he was
actor.
AJ's. No, if he was famous. He would have been AJ's teacher.
AJ's. He was
No,
in one scene
you
for
have-
a minute.
Guests that come through.
Not AJ's teacher. I'm sorry, I got a
Burt
call.
Young was there. There's been a lot of stars in there.
Yeah, you're wrong.
That have come through. No, I'm
Burt,
right.
but Burt Young
He
had a
has
whole
been nominated
episode.
for an Oscar.
There you go.
It was
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
movie Good Night and Good Luck, which
See?
is also now a stage show on Broadway with George Clooney, which will be on CNN live this
What's his
weekend.
name?
And that's why
His name is David Strathairn.
Yes,
Yeah.
that guy's been
I don't know
around
how to say that.
forever.
And that's why George Clooney looks weird now.
Yes.
He's got
We're
all that.
talking. I'm talking about somebody different.
Yeah.
Oh, who are you?
David Strathairn is the guy that you're talking
Yes.
about. He's been in a million things
Forever.
forever and ever.
What are
You're-
you
wrong.
talking about?
Yes.
He was the dean. The teacher is the guy that he twisted his arm, and that's when he goes. And the teacher was the one that says, "Fredo Corleone gets a grade, but the kid who works hard doesn't."
You're talking about that guy.
I'm talking about
Okay,
that
that
guy.
guy. That's another guy.
No, that's
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Strathairn.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Googled
Yeah, that's another guy.
AJ's teacher in Sopranos.
Yes.
And I get AJ's guidance counselor was the character's name was Robert Wegler, which is played by David
Yeah,
Strathairn,
the counselor. Yes.
the guidance counselor.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's only been 25
No,
years.
it's okay. That's what
That guy's been in
Gutless
movies.
bum.
Yes.
That's why you don't get text on the weekend.
That's fine.
Yes. What were you talking about, Devontae Adams?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Devontae
he says
Adams is
Devontae
going to
Adams was a great trade. We said
boom or bust, right?
Geno
So way
Smith
more
was-
boom than bust.
Here's who the Rams have gone into the free agent market before or trade market before and picked up. They've had a lot of success with guys like Robert Woods. They had pretty good success with Brandon Cooks, right? They've had not so much success with like an Allen Robinson and a Sammy Watkins.
Allen Robinson's a big swing and miss.
Yeah.
But that might have
Real
been
big.
more him.
Is Devontae Adams even in the realm of possibility of being in the Allen Robinson? Because Sammy Watkins wasn't a catastrophe, but it didn't really move the needle either.
Okay, so I think Devontae Adams may be the best acquisition they've had at receiver in a long time. Sammy Watkins, even though he was a first-round talent, needed some work. There were some things he could not do. That showed up here. Brandon Cooks was always just outside of your number one option.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If he's your number one option, I don't know how
and
good you are.
Devontae Adams has been a number one option his whole career, but
Right.
he's in his 30s.
And that's why you're getting him to be the lead dog to Puka Nacua. So,
but he's not 25.
Right, but he's still got it. That's
Yeah.
that whole video package of Sean McVay showing the team what this guy still has.
Well, anybody can do a video package. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
He's a deep ball guy and has been a lot in his career.
He's an everything guy, Chris.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
can Stafford get that deep ball
Oh,
there
my God,
consistently
yes,
still?
absolutely.
With
that's-
the offensive line?
Yes, that's the other thing that may be unlocked.
He doesn't always have a lot of time.
I'm about to start a fire. That's the other thing that may be unlocked with Devontae Adams.
I mean, we're
because
talking sports.
You're going to have to roll some coverage that way. You're going to have to worry about Puka. The guy that could benefit the most from having Devontae Adams here outside of Puka is Tutu Atwell. He's going to see single coverage, and the guy runs like the wind. So
Could that trickle down also go to Higbee and Ferguson?
if Higbee can survive this challenge, he's going to be challenged for
Well,
the job.
Higbee or Ferguson.
Somebody in that tight end group is going to see a lot of balls.
Yeah.
But Tutu Atwell
say
is the guy
anything.
that I would bet would benefit the most because he's going to see the most single coverage.
Little breaking news here. Real breaking news. The New York Knicks are relieving Tom Thibodeau of his duties as head coach. Sources tell ESPN Thibodeau led the Knicks to their first East Finals in 25 years, made the playoffs in 4 or 5 years, and led the Knicks to consecutive 50-win seasons for the first time since the 90s. That, according to Shams Charania of ESPN.
It is a fun.
Settle this for me. Is it Thibodeau or Thibodeau?
It doesn't matter.
Because you said Thibodeau.
I'm going with Thibodeau.
Do you think now
I've heard Thibodeau.
he's going to cut
Me
that
too.
little patch of hair that he's still holding on?
You got to
Let
take
it
that
go.
down.
He's hanging
Yeah.
in there. Is it?
I
Either
don't know.
way, you knew this was coming, right?
Well,
you knew this was coming.
I mean,
for
let
the
me
Knicks.
read it again.
Surprises me a little bit.
They went to the East Finals for the first time in 25 years.
Yep.
They've been to the playoffs 4 of 5 years. That's a pretty good run.
So why do you say it's not a surprise?
They probably expect him to be over the hump with that group. They think they should be in the finals. Maybe they should be in the finals with the Pacers.
Additionally, what Shams
Yeah.
says, and this is probably from an agent or someone at the Knicks organization, the Knicks are singularly focused on the pursuit of a championship and believe a new voice will serve as
There you
the
go.
focus for the organization's next step. Sources said after 5 seasons with the Knicks, Thibodeau's out.
You've been saying it for a while. Nobody's safe in basketball.
No,
Look
no.
with the Nuggets. Yeah.
Mike Malone got fired.
Yes.
There was another one that caught us by surprise.
Taylor Jenkins of the Memphis
Jenkins.
Fail in the NBA, especially when the expectations are so high. You get fired.
Adrian something or other is the guy that Doc Rivers took over for when the Bucks were like 15 games over 500 or something
so does
like
this
that.
mean that coaching is the most important thing in an NBA,
The
or the
least.
least important thing?
The least.
If it's the most important thing, thinking that you could fix it, and that is actually what's going to take you over the top, or is it the least important?
I think of all the sports that we talk about, the NBA is the one that is most reliant on who are the players.
Yeah.
If I have much better players than you do,
We're
I've got
going to
a
find out
massive
with
advantage.
OKC. They have much better players. We'll
Yeah.
see if they win. I mean, sometimes they don't always win. But this is a Tom Thibodeau type team. He's good enough to get you only so far.
And he's angry. You could see he's always angry.
He's a
old
grump.
school coach.
Oh,
yeah,
He's a grump.
Who was the coach that
I think he's got hemorrhoids.
coached the Suns?
That's
he was
how
all
angry
wide
he looks.
open.
Oh, D'Antoni.
D'Antoni. He can only get you so far with how he runs things. This is a Thibodeau thing. In Chicago, they were pretty good, and then he gets fired.
D'Antoni's an interesting one because they went away from that, and
Yeah.
they've never really been as close to it as they were then, other than that one season with Chris Paul. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes
Now, does he get another job?
Thibodeau?
Yeah.
You think so?
He's on the
Even
rotation.
though he's grumpy.
He's on the road because his floor is really high. You know what I mean? Like, if
Yeah.
you're a bad team, okay?
Or do you want to think new, like the Lakers did with JJ? where
if
there's a little
if
bit
you've
of
got
that
somebody
thinking.
like that, sure. But how many times is Alvin Gentry going to get a job? How many times is Tom Thibodeau going to get a job?
Is this where Dan Hurley maybe at that East Coast swing?
Not this guy.
I
again.
think the Lakers got so lucky that guy said no.
I do too.
Well, he's not that guy. He's Dan Hurley.
No. That Dan Hurley said no was the best thing that could have happened.
Dan
to the
Hurley would
Lakers.
get Luka in shape.
No,
Or run him out
Luka
of
would
town.
get Dan Hurley fired in 3 months.
Or run him out of
Yeah,
town.
no, Luka would go, you want to keep me, right? Yeah.
Dan Hurley
get
would've
this guy out of here.
Dan
and
Hurley
he would
would-
be gone the next day.
He would have mentioned Luka by name in that final press
JJ
conference.
mentioned him with everything but his
I know,
name.
that's what, but I
Yeah.
think Hurley would call him out by name.
What we got to do is get this fat POS
Right there,
you
right,
know, that,
right.
that
Yes,
he might have
that
done.
guy. Yes.
Dan Hurley could work in the Knicks, though. He is the East Coast guy. He
Why are you anti Dan Hurley, Travis?
He would be very
Because
similar
it doesn't
to Tibbs.
work in that league. It doesn't. It doesn't. He's
Not
never.
anymore.
He's never been in that league. The players are going to look down their nose at him like, I don't care what you did in college.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me to do what?
I make more money than you.
Yeah. Carl Anthony Towns has a bad day. Walks in there and goes, I'm not feeling
Yeah.
this guy.
Remember, you
That's a
recruited
wrap.
me and I
Or
turned you down
Right.
twice.
Do you
Right.
wait to see if someone like Giannis ends up on the Knicks and you get whatever coach Giannis wants?
Right.
That could be a part of
Giannis
it too.
And Kat and Brunson.
I
Giannis
think
to the
Kat goes away in that deal.
You think
He
so?
has to. He
Yeah.
almost
With
has
the
to.
Giannis.
Yeah.
Play him at power.
I don't know what
Giannis.
that means, but
Power forward.
Giannis to the Warriors is something I'm seeing more and more and more of.
Really?
Yeah. And here's the thing: why would you want to come to the West? Where like stay over there where the draw. I mean, Halliburton just took the Pacers to the finals. That I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's easy, but it's easier. Then you
If
have
I'm
to go.
him, I'd stay east.
Yeah,
I
heck
would
yeah.
definitely stay east where you can
Heck
dominate.
yeah. The dump coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
After a historic night at BMO Stadium, the black and gold are heading to the global stage.
It's over! LAFC have won! They're going to the Club World Cup!
Congratulations to LAFC for punching their ticket to the FIFA Club World Cup.
Say hello to Group D, baby! And say goodbye to Club America!
And you heard it all here on the home of the black and gold, 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Oh, the celebration at BMO!
Next Gen is the official heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans and is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Get ready to beat the summer heat with Next Gen. For a limited time, enjoy a free whole home air cleaner with any new AC installation. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. That's 833-3NEXGEN to book your appointment. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at
Double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
The difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
11:49 on a live imaging Tuesday. Time for the dump. Everything we haven't gotten to yet on the show. And he's going to take a dump first. Go ahead, Travis.
call it the fountain.
Oh, the fountain. And now with the fountain,
because the fountain it springs forth. It's
Except when
positive,
it's not working.
Except for when it's a concrete hole in the ground filled with weeds.
man, you're still ramped up on it.
Stupid.
With a banner.
Just fix it.
What makes you more upset, the fountain or the fact that I texted DeMarco over the weekend?
Oh.
Good job.
I don't know.
Neither.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead on the dump.
Good job, DeMarco.
Bill Belichick's buyout at Carolina has dropped from $10 million to $1 million.
But how did this happen?
So there was a date that once you got past X date, it drops to this number.
That's a bad deal. Why did he sign that?
I don't know.
Just in case this
It's
happens.
a very
Did
good
Jordan
question.
sign the contract for him?
I'm out of that business then.
That doesn't seem like a very good deal.
I would too.
I would eat the million right now.
Okay, the season starts in 2
or
months.
I'd give him a choice. Either you coach.
You can squeeze him now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either she's out or you're out. One or the other.
You can leverage him. Do you want to coach our football team? Yes, I do. Okay. She needs to go.
And by she, we mean Jordan. What's her last name?
Jordan
Hudson, yes.
Yeah.
I can't think of a sadder ending to a great career.
It is a very sad
Let me
ending.
ask you guys this.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 3 options. Pick the one that you think is most likely.
Okay.
That Carolina is really good. And you're like, wow, Belichick, he's Belichick, and he's put it on college coaches.
So you're
all
in the
over.
hunt for a national championship. Okay.
Maybe not even, but they're very good.
Okay.
They're a good football team. They're exactly what they've been, which is kind of middle of the pack, or they stink.
I'd pick the middle.
Yeah, I think
middle
the
of the pack.
I think the drama and why we're
Yeah.
going to be talking about it all season, if they don't take the buyout, is because of this nonsense.
Yep.
And she's going to be at the games, and she's going to.
I can
By the way,
Yeah.
she's gonna do something
Out in front.
She's
Yeah.
gonna do something.
I can predict it. They'll have a fair to middling season, and he'll have a big win. He'll outcoach someone.
Because I don't think they have the
And then
star.
lose one he shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
The thing about college football is you need that recruiting star power, and I just don't think they have it to have an amazing season in the ACC.
I don't know. I tend to think it. I want to set this up with a prerequisite. If he has not lost his marbles, which
Okay.
is open for discussion,
Right.
If he has not lost his marbles,
he's getting his face melted off, as you say.
He
I
wakes
like
up
that.
happy.
That was good. Yeah.
He wakes up happy, face melted or not. If he has his football marbles,
Yeah.
I think they're going to be really good.
I always thought this was a 2 to 3 year project for him. So you have to show the world that you can coach. Then you start paying money to get recruits. And then you get into the playoffs, national championship, and there's Belichick again.
If he were bad, I'd be really surprised.
If they stink.
But if they're
Yeah.
just what they've been, which is, I don't know, 7-4, 6-5, whatever the number is, and she's constantly present and we're constantly talking about her, that's hey, you know
so
what? We're out of
far,
this business.
You haven't embarrassed the university.
Not yet.
Just you.
Not yet.
Yeah, and I think I might get out of that business if I could.
How about this? It was today in 1989 that the legend Vin Scully broadcast 23 innings in 2 different cities on one day.
I remember that.
He did the game of the week on a Saturday.
Yes.
I believe it was in Chicago.
The Cubs-Cardinals game on NBC.
Cubs-Cardinals, and then flew to meet the Dodgers in Houston, who were playing the Astros, and that game that night went 22 innings, and he called the final 13 innings of that game.
Coffee, maybe?
Yeah, something.
Was he scheduled to do it, or
Yeah.
did somebody get sick and
I
just
bet
drop
it was
out?
one of those things that he probably he did game of the week. He and Joe Garagiola did game of the week on Saturday
NBC.
mornings, and he was probably because it was the Cubs. This is the '80s; they didn't have lights,
Right.
Yeah.
so the game was probably at 1 o'clock. Game ends at 4, still in the Central Time Zone. He flies to Houston. He's there at 7 or 8. He sees that the game is in the 4th or 5th. Maybe he goes to watch or whatever, and then he realizes the game's going 22 innings, and he volunteers to step in. Something like that. It's
Something
not
like that.
impossible.
Well, don't you remember back then he used to do the first through
Yeah.
the 4th on TV, and then the end of the game, and then the middle would be Don Drysdale or Ross Porter
Or Jerry Doggett.
and Jerry Doggett, and Vin would do radio.
Yes.
That's how it worked.
Yes.
They would all split off.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were all over. And then when Vin got a little bit older, the first 3 and the last 3 innings were a simulcast of the TV broadcast.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you could sit there for all 3 shows?
I do it every Tuesday.
Today, like
Like
here,
Travis. all 3 shows.
Oh, sure.
Like you never leave that seat for
I could
7 hours.
like for one day.
One day.
It's 9 hours,
yeah.
actually.
9
Yeah,
hours,
yeah,
excuse me.
yeah.
9 hours.
100% I could.
One day.
Yeah.
What about a whole week?
9 hours a day for 5 days?
Yeah.
Does he have me in here all the time?
I didn't know. I'd jump out the window.
Can you imagine?
I'd jump out the window.
I wonder how we worked together 5 days a week back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know.
20 hours a week.
It was a lot. It was
And
a lot.
Raj. And Jorge.
Yeah.
And
I
Keyshawn.
like Jorge and Key.
Oh.
I like Raj, too.
We shared oysters together, too.
Right? That one took a little bit longer to get around.
Travis, you're a mean man. Oh, my God.
Nolan Ryan pitched the second of his, you ready for this? 11 overall one-hitters.
Wow.
He had 7 no-hitters and 11 one-hitters.
Put his hand in rice every day.
Yeah, he did twist his arm in rice.
Gentler on my stomach than aspirin.
I really want somebody to tell me, not that everybody could be Nolan Ryan because that's stupid, but where is Nolan Ryan, Pedro Martinez, Roger Clemens, Andy Pettit, Oral Hershiser, Clayton Kershaw? Like, where are these guys that are going to pitch 200 innings? Are they gone? Are they just gone
keep
forever?
Pitching them the way you're pitching them, yes.
They're just gone forever. We're just never going to get another one.
Well, yeah. The way they're pitching
the next guy that does it will be a phenom like Ohtani. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
But Ohtani hasn't. Ohtani has broken twice.
It'll be something you've never seen before.
Skeens?
A throwback.
But Skeens is going to
He's going to blow
Skeens
out.
is going to break.
Yes.
I still think it goes back to the steroid stuff because look at videos of Oral Hershiser in 1988. He looks scrawny compared to what we see now. Guys lift weights. Sometimes they partake in other things that make them bigger.
And they break
It's not
down.
good for the body. Tiger Woods, his body broke down because he was too big for what he was doing.
Why? I know.
Still
I've asked
comes
this
down
question.
to that, I believe.
I don't. I'm not arguing. I think you might be right. But
Glass now.
Why? Why?
Pedro Martinez was skinny, really,
and 5'9".
Right?
Yeah.
Like he's not a big guy.
No.
Why is the way that Oral Hershiser pitched? And I don't want to pick Pedro Martinez or great but Oral, who is a really good pitcher for a very, very long time. Why is that not doable anymore?
I was asking you, why did they go to the redlining?
Yeah.
Why is everything hard now?
And I get that maybe to win a game that night, the red line opportunity is the better way to do it. But to get through a season and multiple seasons and have... You can't tell me that Oral Hershiser isn't a better option than Tyler Glass now.
It doesn't seem like a good option. Drive the car till it blows up, and we'll just
You see what happened to him?
Yes.
That they basically backed him off? Like, hey, we're getting... No, just go over there.
Yeah. That's why I thought this was a plan with the Dodgers.
Ready?
Yes.
How many innings do you think Blake Snell has pitched this year?
Didn't you say it was like 26?
9.
9 innings.
You know how many innings that Tyler Glasnow's pitched this year?
How many?
18.
18.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And you're still in first place.
Dustin May just hit his career high in innings in a season with 56.
This is by design.
Oral Hershiser pitched 56 innings in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd go out there and just grind it out.
Right.
His record of not giving up a run is longer than the most innings that Dustin May has pitched in an entire season.
Are hitters better?
Yes.
Okay. That's got to factor in.
But
bigger,
you can
stronger,
still get
faster.
guys out.
Yeah.
Succession premiered today in 2018.
What a show. One of the greatest shows ever made.
I think you'd like it.
It's run its course, right? It's over?
It's
So
over.
I can
It's
just
over.
binge now. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's over.
Binge this.
9 hours out the window.
Imagine 9 hours.
Wait, you didn't
Who's
say
out
on
the
a
window? You or
Tuesday.
him?
No, he means all week.
No.
What about if we did it for the kids? You and me together for 9 hours.
I'm going to need to know who these kids are and what they have.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to need some details on that. Super Crosstalk's coming up next.
Mason and Ireland.
A lot of people screamed at me on Twitter, which is fine. Don't use all caps. Don't use all caps when you
By the way,
tweet me.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey guys, let's talk about Prize Picks. But let's start off by saying this. Do you know ball? I mean, do you really know ball? Are you a ball knower? Well, there's only one series left in the playoffs, and the championship is officially on the line. That means time is running out for you to put your final takes to the test on PrizePicks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. On PrizePicks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite basketball players from baseball to hockey to esports, and don't forget my favorite darts and much, much more. PrizePicks invented the flex play. I always play flex, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. Meet Cappy at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
So I'm not going to ask why you were calling DeMarco. Or no, DeMarco, you called Mace.
I was calling Steve.
You called Mace.
Yes.
And you did not answer the phone.
No, I didn't. I did not see.
You just missed the call?
I missed the call altogether.
I lost the bet.
Would you have answered it?
If for DeMarco, yeah.
Yeah.
I would. Because I would think if somebody from the station called me, it must be significant, right? Like Ireland, you call me, I try to pick up the phone.
I never call him.
Yeah.
So if I call him, he knows it's
That's
something.
the point I made. I said if I call him, because I never call him, he'll pick up.
Was this just the point of a bet, or do we actually want to talk about something?
I was going to talk to you about something.
Well, we'll talk about something later on.
I'm trying to think.
Just don't call me after 6.
If any of the three of you called me, I don't think I would answer it because we don't call each other.
Yeah.
We text each other.
But see, it'd be surprising because if I called you, I don't think I've ever called you.
I don't think so.
So if I called you, I would just.
pick up.
If you called me, I would answer out of curiosity.
But because you and I don't call each other, when we need something from one another, we'll text each other.
Right. True.
So if I call you, it's going to be something that, for whatever reason, I don't want in writing.
So here's the thing. So you call me, I would send you to voicemail. I would wait for the voicemail. If there was no voicemail, I'd wait a couple of minutes, and then I'd text you back, "Hey, John, missed the call. Do you need to talk to me?"
Maybe. So here's the thing. We asked Ramona once if I call her or if Mason calls her, who is she more likely to answer? And she said, well, Ireland never calls, so I would answer that. Mason calls me all the time.
Yeah, I talk to Momo all the time.
She goes, I'd let that go. Because Ramona's one of those people that's always on her phone.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, she's a reporter. She's got to call and talk to people.
I can't believe they fired Tom Thibodeau.
I'm so stupid.
Wow.
I've been texting.
I don't get it
I've been
either.
texting with Ben for the last 20 minutes. He's super
I didn't even
pissed.
know this.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at the screen
didn't
and
see
all of a
that
sudden.
coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, just did it about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Wow.
You didn't see that coming with the Knicks?
It will come out in the wash, but here's my prediction of what happened. Karl Anthony Towns does not play defense.
Yes.
Tom Thibodeau is, if you don't play defense, you can't play for me. I think Karl Anthony Towns went to management, or they came to him, and they said, hey, do you want to stay here? And Cat said, yeah, we were 2 games away from the finals. And they realized if they're keeping Cat, they can't keep Tibbs.
They can't keep him.
Bill Simmons thought that they should trade Cat to Phoenix for Kevin
KD.
Durant.
Yeah, I listened to that.
Yeah, I'll say this.
I would only break up the Knicks for Giannis.
By the way, Cat is getting a load of criticism in New York. Like, for some reason, New York has decided it's all Cat's fault. Which says to me that it probably is Cat pulling the plug on Tom Thibodeau.
Right.
Is it a little Anthony Davis-like he's receiving a disproportionate amount of criticism?
No, I think offensively he's elite. Mm-hmm. He doesn't play defense. But to be honest, Trav, 50%, maybe 60% of the players in the NBA don't defend.
Yeah.
So, if you don't...
When you say don't defend, they just stand there and let people...
Right. And then the other teams, when they're smart, and Rick Carlisle is really smart, just target him. So when they put Towns on Siakam, they threw the ball to Siakam every single time. And Siakam won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. So he's
either incapable or just has no interest in playing
The Knicks
defense.
are really good, obviously. They, like you said, two games away from the finals. So that's a terrific season.
2 games away from the finals, Trav, and they blew game 1.
Right. That's the ball that bounced real high.
Yep.
Yeah.
The big bounce.
Okay. I get it. Great season, or at least very, very good season. This idea that player X, in this case, Cat, or whoever the star of this team, I guess Brunson's their best player.
Brunson, yeah.
But one of the guys that's a difference maker on your team decides that I'm not going to do what the head coach is asking me to do. You better be LeBron James or Michael Jordan or Steph Curry. Like, you know what I mean? Because you need to be the difference between winning a title or not. I don't know if Karl Anthony Towns is that. He's really good, and he's really good to get you to where you need to go.
But he is a franchise cornerstone. If you lose him, you lose him.
If you lose him, you lose him. But we're kind of
big loss.
I still have Brunson. He's my best guy. I can try to go get Giannis. I can try to do these other things that if I'm going to let the player pick the coach, it better be a guy that I know I can win a title with.
And sometimes that doesn't even work. I mean, I think the Knicks are making a mistake blowing out Tom Thibodeau, but I say this as a guy that's worked for the Lakers, and we fire the coach every 2 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and he lasted 5.
Right.
It's a good run in the NBA.
So, I mean, I'm hoping JJ stays for longer than that, but I don't know. I thought Mike D'Antoni and Mike Brown and Luke Walton and Byron Scott and Frank Vogel and Darvin Ham were all going to stay longer, and none of them did.
Vogel won a championship.
Yeah,
right.
Vogel won a championship. That was a huge
I think
mistake.
what we're entering into now is coaches in basketball and baseball, head coaches, are completely expendable.
I think so, too.
Trav, there was once a time where I could come to you and say, tell me all 30 managers in Major League Baseball.
Oh, yeah.
If I did it to you now, I don't think you get past 10.
I could do more than 10, but I couldn't get 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't come close to. I would maybe 15 or 20, but
Right.
there's 10 that I know off the top of my head. No chance.
And I work in the NBA, so I know who all the coaches are, but they are incredibly expendable.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just not important.
And I think in the NBA too, and maybe baseball might be, if it's not equal to, very close equal to, the most important person on a baseball team is the analytics guy.
Yes.
The guy that says this guy or that guy bet these guys in this order, this pitcher against that lineup, et cetera, et cetera. Basketball, if I have the best players, as long as my coach is competent, I'm okay. Football, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, football is everything.
Although, here's another thing. Tibbs is kind of a my way or the highway guy, and Mason and I talk about this all the time. Those guys are done. When Greg Popovich left, when Bill Belichick left, you can't be Bill Belichick in 2025. You got to be Sean McVay.
I was going to say, is Sean McVay a my way or the highway guy?
The
DeMarco?
opposite.
Yeah, I don't think so. Do you think
He's
so,
not
DeMarco?
losing a face-off to a
I don't
player,
think,
though.
No,
well,
but hey,
I
Trav.
think he's a my way or the highway guy.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, here's the way he's.
Well, no,
here's the way
think
he's
about it.
not.
High standards.
Let's
Yeah.
think
Here's the
back.
way he's not. After every game, McVay falls on the grenade. He never blames players, even if he thinks so privately, and maybe mentions it to you guys off the air. But he's just he coaches them up publicly. He praises players.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you say, "Why did you guys blow a 20-point lead in the second half?" He goes, "Because the coach doesn't know what he's doing."
Yep.
And it could be when Jared Goff really threw 4 bad interceptions.
That's what I mean. That's why my way or the highway.
He's
not
No.
good.
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is he's not publicly that way.
He's not public.
outward.
He's a good, and I don't mean this anything other than a positive. He's a very good PR guy.
Yeah.
He's very good at taking blame, even when it's not his problem. He's very good at deflecting praise, even when he is the one that should be receiving praise. But if it came down to a face-off between him and a player, he's going to win every time.
Yeah, I mean, and there are certain times. I mean, obviously, the big case of this was Jared Goff, where Sean McVay just decided that's not the guy.
Trevin, I don't actually think you're thinking this through. He's not this way, but had Aaron Donald said, "I'm not a Sean McVay fan," McVay would have been out. You're not letting Aaron Donald walk.
Sure. How long has Sean McVay been in the league when Aaron Donald says it?
2 years.
I'm not
Has he already been to the Super Bowl?
Yes.
No. He can go to his third year,
but
right?
he came in and he took a bad team and turned him into a good team his first
I
2
don't think
years,
that's-
and Aaron Donald
I don't
says, "I
think
don't
he's
like
gonna
that
win
guy."
that,
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to win
And by
that
the way, he can get very waffly on guys like Kyron Williams. He's a little waffly on.
Who was the back that he sent home? I'm blanking on his name. Cam Akers.
Cam Akers.
Yes.
There's
I mean,
a good example.
He's a very my way or the high. I'm going through it. So all the ones that you don't know. Who coaches the Bills?
Sean McDermott.
Correct.
McDermott, yeah.
Packers.
Fleur.
Mike
Matt
LaFleur. Is it Matt or Mike?
Matt.
It's Matt.
Vikings.
Kevin O'Donnell.
Broncos, obviously.
Yeah.
Sean
Right?
Payton.
Commanders.
Dan Quinn.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, I would have taken me a minute. Yeah.
Bengals.
Taylor. Zach Taylor.
Yep, Zach
Bucks.
Taylor. Is
The
it
guy
Raheem
from the
Morris
Jets.
now?
No,
he's in Atlanta.
It's the
The
guy
other
from the
one.
Jets.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles.
Okay.
Okay, Browns.
Kevin
Stefanski.
Texans.
D'Amico Ryans.
Yep.
Dolphins. This is the one that
The
always
guy
gets
that
me.
looks like a DJ.
McDaniel.
Yeah.
Yes, that one
Mike
always gets
McDaniel.
me every
Yeah,
time.
the vaping guy.
Seahawks. That might be tough.
McDaniel.
No, it's Mike. It's
No, it's Shane Waldron.
It's McDaniel.
no.
Nope.
It's no.
Close.
McDaniels.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
it's
Mc-
Mix.
there's a
It's
McDaniel?
Mix something.
Think Big Mac.
It's Mike
McDonald.
McDonald.
Mike
McDonald.
McDonald.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is the one everybody forgets. Colts.
Shane Steichen.
Correct.
Yeah.
Everybody forgets that one. Cardinals.
It's
Jonathan
Gannon.
Gannon.
Very good. All right. Falcons.
But see,
Is
football's
Raheem
the one
Morris.
that
That's what I mean.
we
You
stick
know everyone, right.
Because we pay more attention to the entire league.
Can you
Like,
get the Panthers?
Yeah, give me a second and I will.
All right. Can any of you get the Cowboys?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Schottenheimer.
It's Schottenheimer,
Which
yeah.
one?
Brian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one I think people are going to
The,
start
the
to forget.
Panthers one is Canales.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave Canales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Give me another one.
Titans.
No.
Tennessee
They
Titans.
fired
They
Vrabel
fired-
and hired.
Give me his first name. Brian.
I don't know.
Think Dirty Harry.
Brian.
Callahan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Giants. Easy.
Dable.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Raiders. You know that one.
Yep.
Carroll.
Jags. We know this one.
Liam Cohen.
Correct. Jets.
By
we
the
know
way,
this
that
one.
feels like a disaster.
It doesn't to me.
It doesn't
No,
to you.
it doesn't. It feels like when they introduced McDaniel. It feels like when they introduced Dan Campbell. It feels like the awkward press conference does not mean it's going to be a
Counterpoint, Ben McAdoo.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
no,
Slick.
Sure.
Counterpoint, Adam Gase.
Yeah.
Adam Gase with the eyes.
Yeah, and I got one
Jim
more
Tom
reason
Sewell.
why I'm not a believe Jim Tom Sewell is a good one. Why the Liam Cohen thing makes me go, mm-mm. He was in and out of here real fast.
He was, but wasn't he in here twice?
Yes.
And
Didn't
isn't
he
he?
come here, then go?
He
coach
came
in
from
college, then
Kentucky
came back?
and then was here 1 year and went right
He
back
was
to
searching
Kentucky.
for this job.
But was he hired from out of Kentucky or out of the Rams? I thought he went Rams, Kentucky.
I think it was Kentucky.
Rams,
I think it was Kentucky,
Jacksonville.
Rams, Kentucky, Jacksonville.
That's it.
Yeah, but usually Sean McVay's guys don't.
I like the
come
way
in
he
for a
says
cup of
Duvall.
coffee.
I like
Trav,
that.
I'm going
No.
to test my baseball theory on
Okay.
you. Okay, I'm going to pick 10 guys who I don't think you'll know, and you
Okay.
can tell me if you know them.
Okay.
Okay. Who's the manager of the White Sox?
It wasn't great. I don't know.
Okay, you're 0 for 1.
Yeah.
Who
Who is
is
it? You gonna give it to
who's,
us?
Who's the man? Oh, it's Will Venable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Okay. Who is the manager of the Guardians?
Oh, vote.
Stephen Vogt.
Stephen
Good. All right,
Vogt,
you're 1
yeah.
for 2.
Yeah.
Who is the manager of the Astros?
That is.
Oh, I know this one. It's a Latin last name.
It is.
And I come back to it. I know this one.
Okay.
It'll come back
Pass.
to me.
Who's the manager of the Royals?
Oh. I know it's not. No.
Pass.
Yeah, pass. Come back to that one.
Come back to that one.
Yeah.
Who is the manager of the Brewers?
Craig
Counsell.
Nope.
No.
Oh, right,
they
he went to the
it's, no,
Cubs.
I know this one. It's the.
Longtime college coach.
Yeah, it's the guy from ASU.
Yep.
No, I know this one.
Pass.
It's
Pass.
Murphy.
Yeah,
Murphy.
okay. Who
I got
is who's the manager of the Phillies?
Oh, Thompson.
Rod Thompson.
Rod Thompson.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's hard because they changed in season. I won't ask you that one. Who's the manager of the Mariners?
Not Scott Service.
Correct.
It's
Yeah.
a young. Isn't it a young, just retired player?
I don't know the Mariners. I don't know it. I honestly.
Pass!
Yeah.
Dan Wilson.
Never would have gotten that.
Boy, I
Never
didn't
would have
even know
gotten
Dan
that.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the manager of the Blue Jays?
I don't know.
See, this is my point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
you-
go over though.
Yeah.
I didn't go over.
But 10 years ago, you would have rattled those off.
Baseball is tricky. Yeah.
Okay, go back. What's the guy for the? Is it Pena for the Astros?
No.
What is it?
Let me find it. I
Yeah.
never even heard of
Ramirez?
it.
Was it Ramirez?
No, it's not Pena. It's
Wait a minute. Where am I going? Houston Astros. I've lost it. Oh, there he is. Joe Espada.
Yeah, no.
The manager of the Royals is Matt Quattaro.
Never.
Yeah, never in a million years.
Miami Marlins.
Oh, it's the guy from the Dodgers, McCullough.
Yeah, Clayton
Yeah.
McCullough.
Let's do hockey now.
Hockey,
Yeah,
we
let's
wouldn't
do
get
hockey
any.
head coaches.
Yeah. The guy with the
Jim
gray
Miller,
hair.
right? That guy.
Jim Miller. Jim Miller. Yeah.
And then the rest of them, pass.
Yeah. Well, they change those guys like you change your socks.
yeah, they do.
They go through it quick.
Do you know the A's?
Yeah, it's Mark Kotze.
Yeah. Isn't his daughter an intern here now?
Yeah. Mark Kotze hit a home run off me.
Hey,
Nice.
Long I was going to say, he was one of the many.
He was a Golden Spikes winner at Cal State Fullerton.
Nice.
There you go. I didn't get them all, or even half, but I didn't go.
Or even
over.
a third.
I got a hit. I got a couple of hits. I got a hit.
Even a quarter of
You
them.
got a seeing eye single. That's about it.
You know who won that
prospect.
game? Pass.
The other guy. We'll see tomorrow.
After a historic night at BMO Stadium, the Black and Gold